On November 25th, 2019, at approximately 2 p.m., Randy Bishop was arrested for warrants for domestic violence-related kidnapping and assault. The arrest did not go as planned. Randy attempted to escape the police, resulting in a police chase that ended in a crash. Randy was taken to the hospital, where he again attempted to escape. The detective who was accompanying Randy at the hospital gave chase, and while the detective did catch up to Randy, he did not catch Randy, per se. Instead, a fight ensued in which the detective restrained Randy. The detective, wearing plain clothes, announced to the citizens in the hospital that he was the police, but the citizens nonetheless assisted Randy in escaping the detective's hold. Once free, Randy disarmed the detective, assaulted him, fired shots, stole a BMW that was in the process of being parked, and escaped the hospital. Over 1 month later, a police officer made a traffic stop. The driver was none other than Randy Bishop, but Randy did not identify himself as such, instead giving a false name and date of birth.
My name's Zachariah Kane.
Zachariah Kane, is that with a C or a K for Kane?
C.
C? Alright, what's your date of birth, sir? What's your date of birth, sir?
9,
9?
21,
21?
83.
83. Alright, give me just a second, sir. Keep looking for the insurance registration, okay?
The officer was suspicious and asked the driver, Randy, to exit the vehicle. Randy responded by shooting the officer in the chest and speeding away. Randy had escaped the police twice now. 2 weeks later, police received a phone call informing them of Randy's location. The police immediately responded to the location to find Randy. Randy, predictably, attempted to escape. But this time the police were well prepared and took Randy into custody. Let's see what Randy has to say.
Do you need anything right now? Do you need some water? You want something to eat?
Something to eat would be great.
Okay.
Eating a long time.
What would you like to eat?
Are you messing with me?
No.
Oh, okay.
We have some like macaronis. We have we have a variety of things that we do. We have snacks just like Chex Mix, Doritos.
Snacks would be cool.
Okay.
Chex Mix and Doritos, that'd be fine. Something to drink.
Cool Ranch or cheese?
Cool Ranch, man.
Cool Ranch. I got you. Okay.
Oh,
And then if you want, maybe we'll compromise with you. We can put the cups in the front.
That way
you can eat.
fantastic.
Would that work for you?
That would be great.
Okay, let's go ahead and
Legs
do that.
on, cuffs in front.
Yeah, let's just leave the legs on for now,
Okay.
and then if you're comfortable with
That's
that,
fine.
is that okay?
I would like them off, but
I understand. But
that's
I'm trying to work with you.
Yep,
Okay.
that's a compromise.
All right. Perfect. I like it.
I know.
There you go. Thank you. Cool Ranch. What do you want to drink? You want water? We got some pop.
Soda would be cool. Coke or
What's your favorite? Coke, Pepsi.
Perfect.
All right. Just came out of the vending machine. So as you know, Coke likes to fizz up, so you might skip it. We got someone around here. Do you want somebody sitting here with you? You want to sit here by yourself? What do you want? Or we can just keep things the way they are.
Things the way they are is cool.
Perfect. All right. I'll be back to talk to you here in a little bit. I just got to talk to someone else real quick. Okay?
Okay.
All right, bud. Thanks.
That hit the spot?
Yes. I was like, what? Yeah.
First time that's ever happened. How do the stolen cars work? Like if somebody has license plates that doesn't match, does them license plates have to be reported stolen? Or
I'm not going to reveal that.
I don't steal cars. It's not my thing. I was just curious.
I'm not going to go into details on that, man.
I was walking around with I thought everything had facial recognition. I was homeless when I on the run and everything, and I was putting paper in my lip so it popped my lip up because I thought everything had freaking facial recognition. So I thought that would distort the look a little bit, but
Yeah.
that's crazy. What about the drones? Like, am I just high? Or is that
Well,
just,
you know,
I don't know anything about the drones, man.
how many kids you got?
I got 4.
4? Oh,
Yeah.
wow. All boys, all girls?
I got 2 boys, 2 girls. My youngest boy, he just turned 1 in October, on October 17th, and then my oldest son turns 13 this year in November, and then my oldest daughter turns 16 in June, and my youngest daughter is 6. She turns 6 this month.
Oh, wow.
At least I'll be able to talk to them now. I called their mom a couple weeks ago, well, right after the thing with the cop, and she was like, I can't let you talk to him until you get this handled. She's like, just take care of it. She's like, you're gonna die if you don't. So, and I wasn't planning on walking in or anything like that. I just I was gonna try to buy some land in Pueblo and just stay there, just live on the land, and I try to stay out of the city or if I can, and it's just, I don't know.
Now hitting the spot, do you want another one?
I would love another one, and
Another Coke?
yeah, please,
Another bag of chips?
please, that would be great.
Cool Ranch?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, let's promise I'm back, man. So, brought company with me.
Okay.
How you doing, Mr. Bishop?
Been better? So, again, my name's Jason Gasper. There's my ID card. I'm a detective with the CSPD.
Okay.
And I'm Nick Berklich. I'm a detective with El Paso County.
Okay.
Are you doing good? I mean, all things look good.
Yeah.
Belly's full, got some soda.
Yeah. Got the food in my belly, and I still wasn't planning on it going this way.
Sure.
Kind of going through it, you know. But yeah,
Okay.
doing okay. Thank you.
All right, are you as comfortable as you? I mean, do you need anything else?
I'm up. I don't know if I can ask for this, but a cigarette would be great. I don't know if you guys do that.
I think we can work on that maybe
Okay.
at some point in time. But right now, I think
Start.
we're gonna get started with everything. Yeah.
Okay.
So-
Yeah. If I could eventually get one, that'd be great.
Okay, and I will keep that in the back of my mind. And honestly, a lot of guys here aren't smoking anymore, and sometimes it could be a challenge to dig one up.
Right.
So, but I will make sure that I have that on front
Okay.
of my mind. Okay, so we'll
Okay.
see what we can do.
Okay.
All right. Everything else good though? You're warm, you're comfortable?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, it looked like you were limping before. Are you okay medically? I mean, have you, I believe you've been checked out, is that?
Yeah, I got checked out. I don't know. The doctor I got a piece in the back of my head. I CJC. Their medical sucks. It's crap. So I told him about it from the shooting with the officer, and it's a piece of bullet or a piece of glass. So I don't know. But it's yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
And I'm good. Yeah.
If you need anything, we can be pretty accommodating. We
Okay.
do everything we can to accommodate you. If you need anything at any point in time, just let us know.
Okay. I would like to talk to my mom and my kids eventually. My brother.
Sure.
David. Okay.
Okay. And again, that's something that I can work with you on.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
All right. As you see, I'm fairly willing to compromise.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been as fair as I can be with you.
Yeah.
Okay? And so, you know, I treat everybody the way I want to be treated, so I'm treating with respect, and
Right on.
and
Thank
you've been very respectful of me, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know if I can be helped at all. Like as far as my charges and time and all that I'm facing.
Well, I really don't know the nuts and bolts of everything here, and obviously, you know, that's why I want to talk to you.
Okay.
Okay, because obviously, you know, with everything that's going on,
I'm not facing pretty much life.
well, I don't know. That's not for me to decide, right?
Yeah.
My job is to document your version of events and your story and how you perceive things, because that's oftentimes very, very important.
Yeah.
In any investigation, it doesn't matter what it is.
Okay.
And that's obviously what we're here to talk to you about today is to be fair to you and give you an opportunity to talk about whatever it is that you want to talk about with us. Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of before we get into that, though, I want to handle a couple administrative things. I want to collect your contact information, okay?
Okay.
I know your name's Randy Bishop,
Yeah.
and that's literally all I know about you, okay? And that's the cops that brought you here had kind of told me, hey, we're en route here with Randy.
Yeah.
Okay? Is there anything you like to be called? You like to be called Randy? Do you
Randy's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Randy. So, what's your middle name?
Right.
Okay. And what's your birthday?
3/12/84.
Are you kidding me?
That's
3/12/84?
yep.
My birthday's also 3/12.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
A couple years before you, though.
Okay.
As you can see, I got some grays going on. You're aging much better than I.
I know, man.
All right. Where were you born, Randy?
Here in Colorado.
What part?
The Springs.
Okay. Don't meet many natives.
No, that's what I heard. Yeah.
It's crazy. Do you have a home address or a place of record where you get mail or?
No.
You don't
I've been on the run since June. So.
Okay.
Not place.
Do you have a cell phone?
No.
cell phone number or anybody, a number that you use frequently that we could contact you at?
No.
Okay. How tall are you?
I'm 6 foot,
And how much do you weigh?
probably like 170.
Brown hair?
Yeah.
And what color are your eyes?
Green.
Do you have an email address or any method of electronic communication that you
I-
use, social media?
No, I don't even get on that anymore. So.
All right, cool. What's your social? Looks like you got some work. I'm always interested in the work. What do you got going on, man?
That's my family last name, and that's just stuff I got when I was younger. And just some little ghetto tattoos.
Okay.
Me and buddies did it when I was little.
Nice.
Yeah.
Meaningful to you? That's pretty much the stuff you thought was cool.
The last name, that's my mother's maiden last name, and the other thing I just thought was cool. That's all.
What's your mother's maiden last name? It's kind
It
of
was
hard to read.
Delzer.
Delzer, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Do you have any work anywhere else, or just right there on your forearm?
I got on my right upper arm, and that's it. It's
What you got
just a
going on?
face. It's just a face.
Okay.
Devil face, or kind of just when I'm crying out, smile at your face.
Okay. And are you working or anything like that? You do any part-time work or full-time work?
I'm a full-time plumber. That's what I do. I mean, I haven't been working since I've been on a run, but that's what I do. I'm a journeyman plumber.
Okay. All right. So you just kind of freelance it?
Yeah.
It's kind of nice. You can be your own boss and be a contractor or independent contractor, so to speak.
I mean, I got hooked on heroin as soon as I went on the run. I was doing really good. I don't know if you read my file or anything like that. Got a deal. I got probation. I was fucking doing great. Got put on informal probation. I was working, had my kids staying with me. And then, I was doing really fucking good. And, me and my girlfriend split up. It was fine. She went to stay with her mom. And, I was still clean. I was still doing good. I would have the kids on the weekend. And I got a letter in the mail talking about out-of-state custody. So I asked her about it, and she said she didn't know and all this. And she had keys to the place still. She still came over, did her laundry. She would hang out all day while I was at work. You know, we were bickering all the time. So we decided to split up for a little bit. When she told me that, I was like, well, okay, I'm not going to push the issue. I go to work every morning at 6 o'clock in the morning. That's clockwork. That's how it works. This one morning I was going at 7, and I was running late, and she texted me, when are you going to work? I didn't know if I'd run into you. I was like, I'm leaving right now. I thought it was weird. Being the fact that I seen the out-of-state custody paperwork, I left the phone on record in Eaterman. And me and her had a 5-month-old son at the time. When I got back that afternoon, I'm listening to it. I'm kind of not really hearing much, kind of skimming through, and she called. We talked a little bit. I get to this part where I hear what's going on, and it's fucked up. Like, she's got my son in the shower with her and some dude, and my son's screaming. Pissed me off. I wanted to smoke whoever that was. So when she came back the next day, I told her this is, I want to know what the fuck this is, and she's trying to deny. She's trying to grab the phone, and We got into a little tussle, but it wasn't a big deal. It was like I told her, this is what we do. I said, you leave me alone. I ain't gonna say nothing about this phone. I'm gonna handle this dude. That's it. Let's just go our separate ways. I won't say nothing about the recording. And after I got drunk, I went to a buddy's, got faded, and she told me it was the neighbor. And ended up not to be the neighbor. Ended up to be like my best friend. But yeah, I hear the recording, next day I turned my phone on and I got this recording talking about I'm going to have a warrant for my arrest if I don't contact this officer. I know how it works. I got a deferred 14 either way. My mom calls me, tells me that they're looking for me for attempted murder and kidnapping, and I'm like, what the fuck? So I call and I leave a message about the recording that I had. I don't get no call back. Doesn't give a shit about it. It's like, that's the rest of my life. If they believe her, the chances of them believing me, slim to none. Even if I got this recording, like I'm not willing at that time to take that chance. That'd be 14 years for sure, if they believe her, compared to, I just know they weren't going to listen to the fucking recording. I tried to get in contact with her to have her tell them the truth. She wasn't having it. She quit answering the phone. She was just hoping that, I guess, that I just got caught. When I finally did talk to her, she's acting like she's talking to me like she don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. And I'm like, just stop. I'm like, I got it recorded. You know what I'm saying? Come to find out, it's after listening to the recording, I had to switch it over to a different phone. I believe it was one of my best friends, someone I called my brother. And so that's, I was on the run. I was devastated. I started using. I didn't even want to leave. Like I was on the run. Like I did too good. And oh man, shit just snowballed. Now I'm here.
Okay. Thank you for telling me.
Yeah, that's why that's how this all started. I'm not just some dude that just run around doing stupid ass shit. It's like all I was trying to do was stay free. That's it. That's all I wanted to do.
And that's kind of what I like to talk to people about, is kind of figure out, what makes you tick and get your perspective. See what's going through your mind at that time. Because you're tearing up a little bit. You're talking about your kids. I can tell your kids mean everything to you.
They do.
It's just the way you talk about how passionate you are. And we try to figure out, is this some monster that's just running around doing stuff, or is this somebody who's a genuine human being who cares about people, and cares about, life in general.
Yeah.
Right? And that's part of why it's so important to get your perspective on the things that have happened. Okay?
I know.
So, but obviously, you came down here in a squad car. You're still wearing cuffs and the shackles and stuff, right?
Yeah.
You are under arrest.
Yeah.
And you're aware of that, correct?
Yes, I am.
What that basically means is that before I can talk to you, I have to read you the Miranda warnings. Okay. Tell you what your rights are. Okay. And there's a bunch of stuff that you brought up that we'd love to talk to you about,
okay,
and get your version of events and perspective on it. But before we do that, I got to kind of talk to you about your rights. Okay. As long as you're willing to speak with us after that, we'll be willing to talk to you about whatever you want to talk about.
Okay.
Cool. Is that cool?
Yeah.
All right. So you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have them present with you while you are being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questioning if you wish. Do you understand each of these rights I've explained to you?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk with us now?
Yeah.
All right, Randy, so you kind of mentioned one thing led to another with the case with your ex-girlfriend, kids, and kind of aware about that. Who's the person that you said was the guy you call your brother? Who was there?
Zach.
That was Zach. Okay. What happened with him?
Like with her, him and her?
With him and her and everything. You had mentioned you had wanted to smoke him, or?
No, that was, I didn't know it was him. She told me it was the neighbor.
Okay.
It was me listening to the recording. I still don't know for sure. That was the only name she said in the recording that I heard was Zach Kane. Or not Zach Kane, was Zach. And she only knows one Zach, or that I thought.
Okay.
So that's after I found out, it was way months later. I'd been living with them. I didn't, at that time I was just trying to have a life. I was on the run. I knew it, but I was trying to start my business. I was trying to do something legit. I was trying to have us all. I had pushed a lot of the emotions away. I'm not a freaking monster. I'm not that. I have a history. I have a past. But I'm not a piece of shit. That's why I was trying to talk to the officers. Like I was just running for my life, man. That's it. I didn't want to do the rest of my life. I didn't plan to come in. I did not plan to come in. Like I planned to die. Like I didn't want to sit in a box for the rest of my life, knowing what I had out there. I had it. I was doing great. And then to be sitting in prison for something that happened to my son, that I was pissed to happen to my son. I never got to get to the dude that, I never killed Zach. I never killed a neighbor. Like I never did that. Never even whooped him. Never even, like even Zach, I found a note with Brittany's name and her birthday and her freaking the city she was born. And then it was talking all this, and they both lied to me. I mean, I asked them about it. They both lied to me, but it was like I didn't even care at that point. It was like I didn't think I was going to find happiness after that. I figured I would die on the run. I would, I didn't care. I just wanted to get the dude that what I thought hurt my son. Sure, that was it.
Okay. So you mentioned something about you're getting a phone call saying that you had a warrant. Do you have any idea what that was for?
From what my mom told me, it was because they went to her house, and it was for attempted murder, kidnapping, child abuse, strangulation, all the ones that I was charged for Brittany. I mean, everything that they said I was charged for Brittany. I mean, I know you guys know more. It's like I know you're trying to see if I fully understand and what that was all about. I do. I know.
So
I know you guys know what's going on.
So let me explain something to you, okay? There's a reason there's two of us in here. Some things that your name would come up in is involved in episode's jurisdiction or the county, and some with CSPD.
Okay.
Obviously, the night at Memorial Hospital, I was involved with that investigation.
Didn't I see you after I wrecked?
No, you did not see me. That was a different officer.
Okay.
But I was there, and I was helping and talking to people at the hospital.
Okay.
So I know the most about that.
Okay.
So maybe we can start there. Maybe you can kind of tell me what happened that night.
With the hospital, when I escaped the hospital?
Right, I knew you were arrested, and there were some detectives that had taken you to the hospital because there was some sort of car crash, right?
They swooped in. I know. I was with Jackie. Zach was abusive to Jackie. I was trying to mend their relationship. I was trying, even through everything with Brittany, I was staying with Zach. She would come stay with him at his parents' property. She was going through it. He was cheating on her. He put his hands on her. Fucking. She went through a lot. She was. When I had first met her, Zach brought her to my house, and I could have been with her. I could have got with her. Like I love that girl, and but I could tell he was really into her. I was just getting out of a relationship. I was fucked up on heroin. Like I didn't need to be there. Either way, through the years us knowing each other, we always connected. We had a really good connection, and we decided to be together, me and Jackie, and to leave the property as ex. So we left. Zach was talking a bunch of shit for 3 days. I told Jackie, just chill, just, don't fall into it, don't talk shit back. She's like, all right, she wanted to be done with him. That was all he was, that's all he wanted. Was a string, a connection to her, so he could fuck with her, just so he looked at it as a loss. He had failed, like he lost this game or something like that. He looks at himself as, I love Zach still. I have compassion. I have unconditional love for my people. I know he told my location. I rarely go around Jackie just because of the consequence where I'm at. Like, in my mind, I'm about to do life in prison. It's like, I'm not going to do life in prison. Like, I'm not doing that alive. That's miserable. I'm not that. I can't do that. My mind ain't strong for that. I love my kids. I work hard for that. I busted my ass to get everything back that I got. I haven't dealt with any of this emotionally, so it's
That's okay, man.
big for me.
That's okay.
But so I went there to pick her up. I had borrowed her car. I slept in people's cars sometimes. I slept if it was too cold. I would, try to sleep in people's cars. On the trail, I would, if I couldn't sleep, I would just ride my bike all night long, and so I didn't freeze. I used her car, and I went to pick her up, and I looked down, and I went to the trunk to grab something. I had some clothes back there, but I had some heroin or something. I went back there, I got my heroin. I was just smoking a little bit, and I look up and I seen a white Trailblazer, cop lights facing me. Okay, so we go back. Zach she was supposed to get her back. Well, he wanted her to go to his property to get her. I still had things up there he wanted me to pick up. Talking all kinds of shit on the phone. You stupid bitch, you dumb bitch, you stupid whore. And I told him, bro, quit with the shit talking. You had 3 days of it. It's like, I get that you're still upset. You had 3 days of it, man. Like, she's moved on, man. He doesn't know that I'm the one that told Jackie to let you. He doesn't even know that. Like, I didn't want to see her. I'm not the baby's dad. He's not the biological dad, but she's all he knows. Plus, it would destroy him. That's how I see him using her as a connection to her to keep fucking with her. And I didn't want no bad for him. I didn't. Didn't threaten him, did nothing. I just told him, quit talking shit. I thought he was trying to set me up if I went out there. This is right before the cops had showed up. Right. So I told him, she's not going out there. I told her, don't go out there. I said, call his mom. See if you could deal with it. And she was trying to find a way out of it. She did not want to do it. It's like, why? Why are you guys trying to push her to go out there? Like, if she gets out there, they got that band that says he's going to be talking shit. It's like, I can't be there. I'm not going to be there. It's going to be a conflict. Like, I know that. I don't look the fool. I still love him. There's me conflict. I love her, though. This is my lady now. It's like, you can't put your hands on that. It's just bad news. It's like, why can't you go to a gas station, grocery store, do swap that way? Me and her sat in the car, and we ended up getting into this big argument. She's like, I don't know what to do. I got to get my daughter, but I ain't trying to go out there and this and that. I'm Like, I don't know. She ended up telling him, keep her for the night. I left her, I think she went to her dad's. When I came back that morning, or it was actually 1 o'clock in the afternoon, cops swooped in. I knew, I really felt like it was him that had called the cops on. And he was the only one that knew the location of Jackie. He was the only one that knew I was with Jackie, that she was my lady. You know, I was in her car. Boom, the white Trailblazer came, seen the lights. I looked up, I seen the lights. Black truck next to me. Car was running. Threw it in reverse, whipped it around, took that right, lowered it. I think a Dodge truck may have came in. All I'm thinking is, I'm not trying to do the rest of my life. In my mind, I don't deserve to do any time at this moment in time. No time. I said, I didn't fuck Brittany up. I wanted to kill the dude that did this to my kid. I didn't ask her what exactly happened. I know my son was in the shower. He was screaming bloody murder with her and some other dude. I know she lied her ass off to the cops, and it's like, how she could sit there and watch me lose everything. My kids, like, they were my kids. Like, that's my kids love me. They need me. You know, that destroys them. Without me in their life, who cares what I like? They need that. Me and her were heroin addicts. We got clean together. Like, we were clean together. I mean, she had never had an apartment. She had never done that shit on her own. Apartment shopping. I had to teach her how to do all that. She never went grocery shopping. We started doing grocery shopping together. We started getting on these. I'm usually a healthy person. I like to be in shape. We started doing these shakes. I would do these high calorie shakes and work out. I started getting her working out. She was doing her smoothies, and things was fine, but we didn't see eye to eye on some things. And it was understandable. She wanted to leave. I got that. I know I'm jumping back to that, but
Follow you wherever you want to go, man.
It's just, man.
So what happens when the cops swoop in?
Cops swoop in, do it in reverse, whip it around. I'm not a day-to-day criminal. I don't do this kind of stuff.
Right.
Tell on my record. I've been accused of bad things. Wasn't always, and that's what scares me about the courts. That's what pushes me to run, because I see they'll take something and they will try to hang the motherfucker. Like, I had a 20 of heroin and a pistol, and it wasn't on me, it was mine. They hit me with the DF1. It's like, a DF1, like, what the fuck? That's started 2 years. Why would you do that to me? Like, I'm an addict. This was before this was, you know, and I had a case. Of course, you guys read my thing, and, you know, I got a deal, and I rocked my dealer, all that. But either way, I seen what they were trying to do to me, and it's like, that scares me to death. I had my life back. It meant something to me. It really did.
You're proud of getting your life back. You worked your ass off.
I worked my ass off. I had my kids. My daughter said, when I ran on the run, I'm rude to them. They respect that. They know what that is. They tell me what's really going on in their life, and that's, we have that. It's mutual. And I told her, I told her that she said we were that close to being normal. Like, you know, we were a normal family, but she was, you know, we could have, because I was on the run now, and Either way, that's why I took off. I was coming up the circle. I was like, I'm going to go all the way across. I cannot get caught. I cannot get caught. Made it across, wrecked. I couldn't get out. I kicked out the back window. Made it out and tried to run, got caught. I was pretty messed up from the accident. And this is hitting me now. It's just hitting me right now. And went in. I'm just having this feeling, just feeling that I'm having now. It's like looking at the rest of my life. It's like I'll do the rest of my life in prison. I can't believe that. Like that breaks my fucking heart.
Well, we don't know what's going to happen. I can't obviously promise. But obviously still want to hear what happened next.
Okay. We came in. I was talking to the detective. He was with violent crimes last. Told me Havner came up. Havner was the head of Jackie's. I'm guessing it was Havner. And we're in the parking lot. I'm preparing my mind to be going down. This is just my life's over, and I'm just preparing my mind for it. I'm seeing this, and Havner came up and he said, "Man, we're gonna go to headquarters. We'll go to the hospital, then we'll go to headquarters to talk with you, and we will head to CJC afterward." And I was like, "Okay." I asked, "What did you want to talk about?" And he was like, "We'll talk to you when we get there." I said, "Okay." Boom. 2 detectives watching me. I'm part of the violent crimes unit. I asked him, like, what does he want to, are you guys talking to me? He's like, we're not part of this. This has something to do with something else. He's like, we were just called in on this. And I was like, okay. Either way, I'm like, just facing the rest of my life. Didn't think I would have an opportunity. We got there. We go into the CAT scan, take off my cuffs. It didn't even hit me right there. Wasn't planning on running right there. I led me back, and I was looking at the cop, and they tell him the detective, they tell him to go into a room. He's standing there with the glass, and I was just sitting there thinking, like, if I'm ever going to have a chance to ever be free again, and this was it, that I could run. And all I was determined to do was get out the door. Like, that's all I wanted to do. And even just to kiss my kids, I would have been cool with that. And I just started hitting doors. And I was high as shit. I was just going. I couldn't even hear. I was like, all I cared about was the doors. And boom, I hit the one door, and it didn't open. I turn, I see one of the detectives there, and he tackled me, and we were kind of going at it, and I remember he fish hooked me pretty good, and he yelled, "Police help!" And there was nobody in the hallway at the time, and then when the doctors came in, I yelled, "Police help!" too. I was trying to leave, and they were trying to pull us apart, and I grabbed him one more time around his waist. My hand landed right on the gun, and I wasn't going for the gun. It was like, holy shit. As soon as it came out, I was like, what the fuck? Everybody let go of me. And I was like, okay, and I didn't see the detective. I wasn't trying to shoot him. I just wanted to get away. I pulled it into the air. I looked, I seen him, and I just started going through doors. It went off again while I was running. I didn't aim it at nobody. It was just it was an accident. And just by hitting the doors and stuff. And I ran into the hallway, and I ran into a crowd of people. And I put the gun in my pocket, and I was like, what's happening? And people were screaming and crying, and they're like, just run. And so I went into the elevator, and I took off a tan shirt that I had, so I had a black shirt underneath, so I changed my disguise a little bit. And I just didn't know where to go. I had no idea where I was in the hospital. I just wanted to get back and go through doors and get out there. I started doing it again, and I came out a door that I seen a square window with sunlight. And I went and opened that door, and it was valet. And I walked up. I didn't have any shoes on. I walked up, and I was just frantic. I knew I had to get a vehicle. There was a Jeep right there. Guy was getting out of the Jeep. All kinds of people were in front. I didn't want to get in that. I didn't want anybody to get in front of the vehicle or anything like that. And the guy had just gotten out. I asked the guy for a valet ticket. He said, hold on a second. He looked at me weird, and he said, that lady's next. I looked over. I seen a BMW SUV. Lady was just getting out. I walked over. I got into there. She asked me for a ticket, and I said, you have to ask that guy right there. She's like, okay, thank you. And she went to ask that guy. Nobody said nothing. I got to the vehicle. I shut the door. I put it in drive, and I drove off slowly. I didn't take off. I parked it. Nobody knew what had happened. I didn't want nobody to know. I didn't want nobody to freak out. And I just got a ride. I was dropped off on the trail, and I don't want to incriminate anybody or anybody up with me or anything like that. Mm-hmm. You know, they were. Nobody knew at that time what had happened, and it wasn't until later that I kind of told anybody. But people did not want to help me afterward, and I just had some cold nights, but I was free. I ended up trying to call my kids, and they wouldn't answer. Tony said, I can't talk to you. She hung up. Brittany hung up instantly. She hadn't answered at all, besides on my son's birthday when I called.
Tony and Brittany are your kids' names?
No, Tony's my oldest kid's mom.
Okay.
Brittany's
So you went to the trail right after you left the hospital?
Yes.
Is that down there by Springs Rescue Mission? Or what trail are you referring to?
Yeah, kind of back down by there.
Down by like Las Vegas where it kind of curves?
That ain't where I got on. I got on the trail off of Wood and right there by the railroad tracks. I think it's Wood Street.
Okay.
And then you can go down to Morning Valley Park, or you can go around that little U thing and then go to Stenton's Park. It goes all the way down around to Stenton's Park.
Okay.
That's where I ended up at.
All right. And you parked a vehicle there?
No, I parked a vehicle in an alley by Shane's house. But it was in the alley, like, it wasn't by next to his house. And I gave the key to a dude that I had known, not saying or anything, to a dude that I known, and asked him to move it because I didn't want heat on Shane's house. I know he had just got his kids, and like he's trying to do somewhat good. So,
and I'm not asking where Shane lives, but just give me a ballpark area about where that alley is.
It's like Third or Nichols, like Nichols and whatever that little side street is, Illinois or Hancock or something.
Okay.
Nichols, something like
It was
that.
right there. You gave the key to somebody else.
I didn't give the key right there.
Okay.
I left. I ran into a dude that I know that. I was hoping that he would do that. I didn't tell him where he came from. I didn't tell him nothing. I gave him the key. I was like, man, I just need you to move this car for me. I didn't want Miss Debbie Shane's mom. She didn't know nothing.
Right.
I didn't want her to get in trouble. I didn't want none of them to get in trouble. I just wanted them to get that car away from there so their family didn't get trouble. I just said, go park it off El Paso, and that's where the Desperation shop used to be. It was just a spot that I would usually go to in Adobe Court right there, where it was found.
Okay. Gotcha. Where'd you go after that? Did you go to Shane's house? Did you go somewhere else, or?
I went somewhere else, and I stayed on the trail for a while. I ended up going camping for a little bit.
Okay. So you didn't go to nobody's house, you just went down camping?
Mm. I'm trying to think. Let's see. Yeah, the first day I do not remember going to anybody's house. I'm pretty sure I stayed there and my memory's kind of messed up as far as the major events. Like I got pretty good with that one, but
Some of the finite
getting
details.
pretty high. What's that?
Some of the finite details
Yeah.
might kind of slip. Okay, then that's fine, just whatever you can remember. So after all that happens, you still have the cop's gun, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so what happens with the cop's gun?
Okay. I held on to it. I talked to Jackie. I asked her to tell Havner. I knew that she told me that her house got raided right after I left.
Okay.
And I said, okay. And I was like, I'm sorry, I wrecked your car. Fucking, I'm sorry. Like, her dad's doing good. He just got his place. Like, that was my girl. I'm like, I'm not a fucking, just a fucking, she's like, I know. She's like, I know you're not a fucking monster. Like, and, I asked her, because she said, Havner. She had talked to Havner, and she told me what they wanted to talk about.
What was that?
Okay. Some robberies.
Okay.
She showed them pictures of me and a guy that I know, and yeah, some robberies. And I said, okay. I said, talk to them. Let them know that I want to give the gun away. I'll back to them, but I want to be kind of left alone. Like, I'm trying to survive, and I just want to live. And she said, I'll try to talk to them. And oh, no. Yeah, I had told I want her to get charged for this.
Right.
I mean, please, like, she didn't want no part of this shit. She was trying to, she told me to turn myself in. She was really trying to get me to do fucking better. Like, I put her through some shit. Like, so I hope she doesn't get charged with shit. I know she's sitting in the county right now. She didn't know that fucking gun was in there, and I made her leave with me, like, just so I keep my eye on her, and so she didn't get hurt, and she wasn't like fighting, resisting or nothing. She just didn't know what the fuck to do. You know, she had no idea that was gonna happen. I was trying to get her a car. She didn't know that shit was gonna happen. She's like, what the fuck? She did just like, holy shit. I traded the pistol for a legit Glock to a guy. I believe he got killed.
What was his name?
I believe it was James.
Okay. Do you know his last name?
Don't know his last name. I heard it was the same guy that got killed on 24th, or that killed himself or whatever. If you guys
that was like December, right? When that happened?
I think so.
Cause I was involved in that investigation. Too.
Okay. I'm thinking that's him, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you guys got the gun. That's where the gun went, though. I traded him.
Okay, so you traded James a Glock for the cop's gun.
Yeah.
Okay. Were you with him the night that he got kind of picked up or got talked to or killed himself?
Yeah, I didn't know he got picked up.
Well, he didn't get picked up. He ran from us.
Okay.
And he was found shot in a garage later on. appears to be self-inflicted as far as I know, and that's
Yeah.
where we come in contact with the gun. But we're curious how that kind of transpired. Were you with James that morning?
It was the night. It was the day before. It was the night before, and there was this place off of Jackson behind the Safeway. I don't know the address. I don't know whose place it was. But he was telling me about his gun, and I showed him that one. I was like, he's like, man, do you want to trade? And I was like, hell yeah. I was like, are you sure? I was like, man, this is, this is a fucking major thing right here. Like, I found that they took Jackie's kid for talking to me, like, or not talking to, but trying to get something figured out with this pistol, trying to get me to turn myself in. That's a process. Like,
Sure.
detectives took her kid. Like, she was not helping me. Like, she didn't want to help me,
Sure.
We were just in love. That's my girl. And, well, we didn't see each other, nothing. Like, and so I was like, well, I'm not gonna give this gun back to them. It's all right. He offered to trade me. And, he said the gun was legit too, so that he said it was registered to his name, so that meant that I could sell it and get some fucking money for dope too. So I was like, yeah, I'll trade you. I traded him.
Did he know the gun came from a PD officer?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why he wanted the value of the gun. It was like it was some kind of it's like a legacy kind of thing or something. I don't know. It's like I didn't want no part of that fucking gun. The only thing I wanted for it was some kind of bargaining tool to be able to have a deal or something to where I could just a week to spend with my kids without having to be on my back.
Right.
Everybody was a cop to me. It's like I'm running on everything. Like, I mean, I'm telling you, what that shit did to my mind, and holy shit, I was out there, man. The cold and the fucking dope and everybody's a cop. It's like everybody is, oh shit, I mean, some of the shit that I was running and hiding in and shit, it was crazy.
Sure. Okay. Well, while you're taking a drink, unless you got something else, I just want to back up for a second and ask you a couple clarifying questions.
Can I get like a pouch or something? My nerves are shot. I'm coming down a little bit. Or a cigarette or a fucking, like a bit of chew. Could you work that for me, please?
So, yeah, do you mind if I use my phone real quick? Let me send a text
Yeah.
message real quick, okay? See what we can find.
I want some help with this too.
Sure.
I know where some freaking guns are. I know where a lot of guns still are.
So, while I'm working on that, I got to still ask you a couple things, okay? Where did the cops initially contact you at specifically? Do you remember? When you, on the robbery, we're going to back up to that a little bit so I can ask some clarifying questions so we can keep moving forward.
In front of Jackie's.
Okay.
Jackie's dad?
What was that address? Do you
I have no idea.
Okay. What street is it on?
I do not even know the address. I just kind of remembered how to get there, like, or the street or nothing. I felt like it was Mount Vernon or something like that. I know it's by Palmer Park. I kind of had to park because they didn't want me there. I kind of had to park by the neighbors, and I had left. I had left some stuff. She had some of my clothes too, and I was gonna kind of fucking give her her car and be on my way, get some clothes, and then they pulled up on me. That's where it was.
You were real descriptive about everything that happened leading up to the hospital and and I appreciate that. It makes everything a lot easier. You said you pulled the gun into the air. Did you fire a shot into the air, or did you just stick the gun up, or what do you...
When I grabbed the gun, it was just like, it pulled out. It wasn't like I didn't feel like I shot it in the air, but I aimed it up. Like, I did aim it up.
Did a shot go off at that point?
Yes.
Okay. And then when did the second shot go off? My understanding.
When I was running.
Okay, so you're running.
I was going through doors and I was looking behind and I hit a trigger and it was straight up accident. Like,
Were you thinking the cop was going to come through the door, or
No.
were you aiming at the cop to try to get away, or?
no, I turned, he wasn't coming behind me. Like, nobody was coming behind me. Nobody was there. Like, I seen the nurses hiding. I seen everybody hiding. Like, I could barely even hear. It was like my ears were ringing. And I turned I'm sitting there looking for a door to go through, and I'm just running. I'm hitting doors. And boom, I turned around and I hit the fucking trigger. Like, it was straight up an accident. It went through the wall. It seemed like it went right through the wall. And I was like, fuck, I hope I didn't hit a nurse. I hope I didn't hit,
How many shots went off in the
Two.
hospital? Just those two?
Yeah.
Okay, because I heard different varying accounts
Just
when I
two.
was there. Okay, two. And that's when you went outside and got that BMW and then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then you go to the trail, right? You have the guy take the car, move the car. And then we kind of talked about what happened with James. But what's going on in between the time, the hospital incident, and the time that the incident with James happens? Is there anything in the middle there that sticks out in your mind as being like a significant event or anything?
Let me think. All right. Boom. I know that they were raiding my mom's, my brothers. They were nonstop talking to them. I go to the mountains. There's canned food. I go to the mountains.
Where'd you go in the mountains?
Old State Road.
Okay. Do you have a spot down there? Is it like a trail, or is it a house, or are you camping still, or?
There's just a spot that I go to. No trail or nothing. I know after this last incident with the police officer, I ended up in Old State Road, and the cops ended up there. Like, was that for me?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know anything about the cops going. We have different units, right? So we have people
Okay.
who track wanted individuals, we have people who investigate homicides, assaults, robberies, and we don't always know each other's activities.
Okay.
So I'm not really playing dumb with you. There's a lot of stuff I just don't know, and I want to hear
Right
from
on.
you. I am dumb, but I'm not playing dumb with you.
I appreciate it. I know I've asked a lot of questions, and they're like, I don't know. But that's
It's not that I'm not wanting to tell you. I'm here to have an open conversation.
Right on.
There's a lot of shit I don't know.
Okay.
Just because we don't always share
Okay.
that kind of information. It's a
Okay.
need to know basis kind of thing.
Okay. I get that.
So where on Old State Road? I mean, like, give me a close area, proximity wise. You know, I mean,
Straight up, it's the first sharp curve. That's how I remember it.
where do you get on Old State Road at? Like, what's
Around
like,
that first sharp curve, I go up the hill. It's like, I guess. So if you're looking down the mountain, there's down, and then there's up, and there's a little hill that goes up there, and that's where I go.
Okay, what road do you take to get to Old State Road? I don't even know where Old State Road is.
Okay, 21st, it's like you're going to the zoo.
Okay.
So you take that left, once you get to the top, all the way through Broadmoor, you take that left, you hit that stop sign, that's Old Stage Road. You take a right, follow it up to the dirt road, boom.
Okay.
So right after, the curve right after it turns to dirt is what you're talking about?
No, it will turn to dirt, and then you go up a little ways, and
Right.
then there's a sharp curve,
Okay.
and that's it.
Okay, gotcha. All right, cool.
That's our area. So
Oh, okay.
city doesn't really go up there unless they have to, you know,
Mhm.
we call them. But that's, Old Stage is county, so we patrol that area.
Okay.
And that's kind of why we have both of us here.
Yeah. Oh,
We kind of go into different areas, and some of it's there, some of it's
Exactly.
ours.
Okay.
So.
Okay, I got you.
Okay, so you're up.
Now, you're here to talk to me?
About Old Stage?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Like I said, we're here to help each other out. So when you start jumping jurisdictions, we know different things. There's
Okay.
stuff I don't know about what they do, there's stuff they don't know about what I'm investigating.
Okay.
And that's why, I mean, it might be a little unorthodox, maybe in your experiences, to have two cops in here, but that's the true reason
Okay.
behind it, so we just don't know everything, we're trying to work through all this with you,
Okay.
okay?
Got it.
All right, so, you go up there, and what else is going on kind of in the middle there? Is there anything else major that happens before, the James thing? And just to let you know, they're working on pouches. They're gonna get you some pouches.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you.
All right, yes, you're welcome.
Very cool. I mean, there's no, as far as like crimes or anything, there's no crime, there's nothing
Anything
like
big
that.
in your life that's happened, it could be crimes, it could be anything else.
Okay,
I mean, we might as well talk about everything while
Yeah.
we're here.
I'm down, yeah, definitely. I mean, I haven't done nothing insane, like the even with, I do want to have you help me understand and see if there's something that I can get worked out. I'm not trying to do the rest of my life in prison. I'm not trying to I want to see my kid. I don't know if it's possible to be able to. The reason, I mean, I shot a cop. It's like I know that's a wrap for me.
Well, and here's the thing, here's what I want you to understand, okay, and I've been very forthcoming with you. I have zero power when it comes to that kind of stuff, okay? Obviously, when we talk to people, there's obviously lawyers that become involved and watch and do that kind of stuff, and that's for them to decide, right? I can't promise you that they're going to cut you a deal. You know, we kind of take all the information in, and
I know.
And when there's multiple things, there's oftentimes like mobile dispositions and stuff, but I have no control over that. That's all the DA's office.
You gotta have the DA's number, you know, like, hey.
The more information we know, the better we can determine later on.
Whether even if you're gonna charge me with things, like, what am I getting charged with, like, today? Like, I'm just curious, like.
Well, as far as today, right now, obviously, there was something that happened this morning, which we haven't talked about yet. It was reported to us as like a carjacking or something. I don't have any idea what that's about, okay?
But that's how they showed up.
That's how they showed up, yeah, there's a report made. And
That
obviously,
is bullshit.
we've talked about Memorial, we've talked about how James gets the gun, we keep talking about the incident with the cop. Would you be willing to kind of, and this is where he's got to talk to you, because it was a CSPD officer that was injured.
Yeah.
And I can't talk to you about that, that's something that El Paso County has to talk to you about. Would you be willing to kind of walk us through what happened with that incident?
Yeah, I mean, I can't get out of that. So
You said a couple times that you shot a cop, but you were also talking about shooting at the hospital. So let's clarify exactly what you're talking about.
The cop, like, I've seen on the news that I shot a cop. Like, I knew that's how I know he was it.
When was this?
I don't know the day.
Okay.
I mean, like a week ago. I'm not sure.
Okay. So go ahead and walk me through that. What was happening prior to and all of that?
Okay. We were buying a car, trying to buy a car, from Vicky. I believe it was Vicky, yeah. And, I was taking her for a test drive. I had my bike in there. Like, hopefully the bike ain't stolen, but it's like, I didn't steal it either way. I don't think it matters at this point like that. And yeah, lights came on. I was like, shit. Car was a piece of shit. Like, he was right there. I didn't know. I didn't want to take off running. I wanted to kind of see what it was going to be about, because I know the car wouldn't have. But it was a piece of shit. Then he came up and he's like, do you know that your car is not registered? And I said, yeah, I'm just buying it. I'm test driving it. And he was like, okay. He's like, and how he kind of said it was, I was like, maybe he's just gonna try to give me a warning and just kind of let me go home or something. And then I gave him a fake name, and I looked over, and when he was going to run my name, I was going to get out and take off running. And I looked over, and I seen a female officer, and the male officer was back really, really quick. And he's like, the forks were stuck on the right where the shifter is. So it was kind of like stuck and dry. And I was like, I'm just gonna hit the gas. I'm going to, and he was right there. He had his hand on his pistol. I don't know if he recognized me or what. Like, I was pretty nervous. I kind of opened the door, and I had the gun right there, and I just pulled. I didn't know if I was hitting him or not, but I was just trying to pull the trigger and hit the gas at the same time. Was trying to kill him. I didn't want to. I was hoping it would just scare him back away from the car so he didn't grab me and pull me out. And I just started going, and gunfire started raining in on the car. I couldn't hear. I started taking turns. I looked back, no cars were behind me. Jackie was freaking out of the back. Vicky, I guess, had jumped out. Jackie was like, oh my God, what the fuck? Like, I pulled over, I told her, let's go. So I'm just kind of, I grabbed a backpack. I had 2 pistols at that time. And I end up wandering around. I ended up getting a ride from a dude at a gas station. And he gave us a ride. He was like, I was like, man, I need to get out of here. He's like, okay. Got in. He's like, I gotta stop at my house. Let's smoke a bowl. Let's smoke a bowl of dope. I was like, yeah, that's cool. We stopped in, smoked a bowl of dope, and he was trying. We talked about hitting a lick, and he needed some cash. And I was like, okay. I was like. He said he'd been hitting mailboxes. He'd been doing mailboxes and checks and other shit. I was like, I don't do that shit. I was like, I need some cash. I need to fucking get the fuck out of here. And we were talking about some of the things, and I know a dealer that has a bunch of drugs and dope. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do that one. So we started heading that way. It was kind of close to where the incident with the cop happened, and I wanted to get some cash, fuck out, just go to Mexico. And I was gonna have Jackie go home, and I was gonna leave and. We go there were too many cops. Oh man, I just want to take a break for a second.
Okay.
I'm trying to think for a second.
All right. You want us to step out, or you want us to?
You guys are fine.
Okay.
I'm ready for a pouch. I'm just gonna.
They're working on it. I keep checking my phone while you're talking, man. I promise you. All right. They said they let you know when it's here. They haven't come back with it. Do you need to take a leak or anything?
I'm all right.
A lot of Coca-Cola. It's like Dr.
I know.
Coca-Cola makes me pee.
I'm trying to hold on to the fact of maybe I'll have a life after this. Of course, everybody that's ever seen these positions wants to know. They always ask you guys, I'm sure you guys hear it a lot. I know when I got in a deal last time, my lawyer called the chief DA right there. He had a speed dial, and that's how that works. I would like to know if through some things, because I know there has to be some of you guys there. I'm sure people come in here and they want to know. Like, I'm sure people can leave here with deals. You know what I'm saying? With something. And trying to wrap my head around what's going to happen, what I'm looking at. I mean, I know where I stand. I know I'm looking at the rest of my fucking life, and I don't know. I'm not this guy. I'm not this guy. I'm not trying to paint a lie. I'm not trying to paint nothing. You guys are asking me questions, so this is the answers. Like, this is. I'm running. I got to get money somehow. I'm not freelancing. I'm performing. I'm not doing that shit. That's what I wanted to do. That's what I talked about doing. Anybody that you've ever talked to, you could ask me, like, what did you want to do for work? I'll tell you, I want to build sheds. It's all profit. Sell sheds. That's my own business, doing that shit. I don't have to pay for the lumber. I get it from the job sites. They throw away half the shit. There's whatever this is what I wanted to do, I'm a dad. I love my kids. I would love to talk to my kids. Like, maybe I can call them, they could hear. I know you got my phones. You got to see the pictures on them. And there's hundreds of pictures. That's what I'm about. I mean, I'm about that. I know that I look bad. I'm in a bad position. I just fought major cases a few years ago. I was on probation. I was kicking ass on probation. You ask Alyssa Brown, that was my PO. She would tell you, like, what the fuck? Like, no way. I'm not going to just throw everything away and for nothing. I wouldn't do something like that. It's dumb. Like, that is dumb. I have drug addiction, a pretty major part of my life since I've been on the run. I only do that if I'm on the run. Like, I'm doing good.
Randy, I can tell you that a lot of people, you keep saying that, people always have questions for us and stuff. And, if we can get you to if we can give you just a little bit of information, as you've been told, we have no control over that. A lot of people think we do, but that's beyond our scope. Okay, we've sat here talking to you for however long it's been now, and we've been open with you.
You have.
We're not trying to hide anything from you. And you say you have a history You and I first met, I don't know if you remember, you and I first met back in 2005 when I started in the jail. Okay?
Really?
Yeah.
When I was,
And then at the courthouse, we've met a few times. Going through your different cases and everything.
2005 for it.
Yeah.
What was it for?
I don't remember. Man, that was,
Was it one of my charges or something? Or?
yeah,
I think I had charges in 2005.
I believe so. Maybe it was 2007 when I was at the jail, I don't remember. But
I went to county.
we met a long time ago.
Anytime.
Yeah, we met a long time ago. So, someone like you, there's no sense in playing games, okay? You've been through the system. You know what's going on. I can't lie to you, okay? So it makes no sense for me to even try. So the best way to talk to you, and you to talk to me, is just to be honest. You know? We're on the same playing level, same playing field. So
And what do you mean?
we can't.
I think what he's trying to say is that
You know, there's times when we can lie to people, okay? Because they really don't know what we know. You know what I know, okay?
Like, what do you mean about the?
About everything. About the way cops operate, the way crimes happen. You know all of that stuff. I can't lie to you about it, okay?
Are you guys trying to pay me out to be? I mean, I know the level of charges that I get. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I understand that. He's telling me that, you know, we decide whether or not you're this monster or if, you know, you're, I don't know, what was it?
you want to know what I think?
Yeah.
And this is what you're referring to, right?
Yes.
Somebody who's going out and proactively looking for an opportunity to hurt somebody, or shoot a cop, or rob somebody. And what it seems like, from what I'm hearing from you, and your perspective that you bring to it, is that these crimes are pretty much crimes of necessity as opposed to wanting to do it. Because you wanted to do good. You were getting to a spot
You agree?
where you wanted to do good. You were on the right track with parole,
Yes.
probation rather. You were
Yes.
you were about ready to kill your number.
Yes.
And then one thing happens and leads to the rest of this,
Yes.
right? So
It's no
we're
longer-
not trying to paint you out to be this big monster who's going out and proactively trying to shoot cops or do things like that. What we're trying to do is just understand. And, you know, we have to put a level of detail into these things to have a full understanding of the entire incident the way it happened.
And what I'm getting is, what I know of, tell me if I'm wrong, you're getting an admittance to the crime with as many details to convict me as possible.
We try to understand an incident, and it doesn't matter
correct.
what it is.
We just try to understand why.
And I investigate a lot of deaths. That's what I investigate. Homicides and suicides and things like that, right? And the way that we operate is to try to get every detail from the very beginning, from before it happened, through what happened and the time leading up after it. So we can put together like a timeline of, this is how this happened, this is why this happened, and we send all that information off, right? And that's when it gets into the court process. We're here to gather information and talk to you about what happened through each of these incidents so we can have an understanding. Because we want to know that, you know, it's like I said before, who are we dealing with? Are we dealing with somebody who wants to go out and do these things and if they're given the opportunity, they're going to do it again? Or are we dealing with somebody who has an explanation as to why this had to happen the way it did?
When the gentleman talks to me, it's like, I don't ever remember meeting you in 2005, 2007.
That's cool. I understand that.
But you talk to me like I'm this fucking criminal piece of shit.
No.
And that's how, and I know I've done some things, man.
I'm sorry you took it that way. That's not what I was saying. I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to judge anybody. Okay.
I know your opinion of
I'm
me
just
is
here to find out. No.
Everybody has a different way of operating.
Yeah.
Sometimes, until you get to know somebody can be misunderstood, right? But I have good news for you.
Yes.
Vouches for you.
Beautiful.
All right. So how about this? Why don't we all just take a break? You said you wanted a break. I'll give you some pouches. Put a pouch in, kind of take a step back and just kind of relax for a second. We're going to step out for just a few minutes, and we'll come back. And we'll keep going with what we've been doing, okay?
Nice.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
All right, let's do that. All right, Randy, we're back. You want more food?
Yeah.
All right, here's some more food. Got you another Coke, too.
Well, thank you.
All right, so thank you for being so honest with me. Obviously, we can verify a lot of the information you told us.
Cool.
And that makes us feel better, because it lets us know the level of cooperation you're wanting to provide, and I can tell you, we can't promise you anything, we've told you. But level of cooperation oftentimes can play a factor in that, right?
Okay.
So I can walk into any courtroom and say, yeah, I've been able to verify most of what you told me. And you haven't fought with us, you haven't, gotten pissed off at us, and it makes everybody's life a lot easier. So we do appreciate you, and the information you've provided. And I kind of heard a little bit, a tidbit of it, when I was out of the room, but I think you said, and you told us earlier, that a report of a carjacking from last night was bullshit.
He let me use his car.
Okay.
I've been staying with him for about 4 days now.
Okay.
Up at his property, so
And who's that? What's his name?
Jimmy.
Jimmy, you know his last name?
I do not know his last name, but he's been helping me out. Hannah's been staying at his dad's, like she don't want no part of it, but that's why I knew something was funny, because I was sitting out there, I was supposed to pick him up, they had me staying in the car, he had me staying in the car. I feel like he called, or his mom called or something, I don't know, and I know you guys can't tell me that, unless you can, I'm just curious.
I don't know the name of the person that called, to be honest with you.
But my plan was, I had talked to somebody, and all I'm trying to do was get some land to go to live on, to stay off the streets, and to get clean, to be able to see my kids one day. Like, that's it. Honest truth. I do have a history. I'm proud of getting my life back together. I was very proud of that.
As you should be.
Yeah, I mean, not many people do that.
Right.
This was devastating. This was devastating for me, and so I don't. Either way, I know the things through this are I fucking escaped, man. I shot a cop, that's just some shit that is bad.
But that doesn't mean that everything, obviously we know there's a lot of things.
Factors.
Right, and there's a lot of shit that we are talking about, and there's still some more I want to talk to you about. So if you could help me, kind of walk me through what happened last night, and into today, and tell us your version of what that is, because you're saying that's bullshit, and we get a report of a carjacking. So can you kind of help us understand what happened last night into today, until we contact you? Okay, so start.
I was out at the property out east, me and Jimmy. He said that he felt like he had seen a cop, and we're out there getting high shit. I was like, okay. I was like, we gotta go. So the day before, when we seen a cop, I drove his Suburban, he drove his Mercedes. We take off. We parked Suburban on Judge Orr and Peyton Highway, whatever. I jump in the Mercedes. He's let me use the Mercedes. He's let me all that shit. Like, I've used the Mercedes a few times. So we leave last night. We had to leave anyways. We were out of black. We had to get some heroin anyway. So we go down. We do that. We leave there. I'm trying to find a place off Union that I can go to. I'm just trying to not be on the streets. says, well, let's go to my dad's. I had no idea that that was his dad. But okay, cool. Show up over there. He wants me to sleep in the car overnight there. I say, okay. I said, worst case scenario, I'm going to leave here. I'm going to go down to the apartments. I'll be back in the morning. Because I just get paranoid about cars coming by, cops. Yeah, I don't want run-ins with him. And he says, okay, cool. So I did that. I went to right off of Murray and not airport, went after airport. So I get Galley. There's apartments right there. I pulled into the parking lot. I passed out. They brought me a blanket out. He brought me, we had black. I just gave me the bag of black. I split it with him. This morning I woke up. I don't know what time it was. I show back at his dad's. I park. Same spot. Somebody comes out. Brought me some food, a cup of coffee. Said that they're getting dressed. They'll be out in a minute. I was sitting there and it's taking fucking forever. Well, here comes speeding in front of me, Honda SUV, and then right behind that came a fucking brand new Chevy Suburban or whatever, Tahoe. One turn left, one turn right. Pretty damn good idea what that was.
What was that?
I feel like it was the police or something, like some of the cops. I turned around. I did not want, I should have, of course, not wanted to be in this position. I didn't want to take off with his car. That's why I was parked right in front of his dad's house, because I didn't want him to report it stolen. He told me last night as we were heading over there, he said, you can take the car. I won't report it stolen. You can crash in it, and then just come get me in the morning. Cool.
Why would he tell you wouldn't report it stolen if you took the car?
I don't know. He was feeling like, because I don't want to take it, I wanted him to go with me. Like, I hate being alone because I get paranoid as shit. I start looking around, my mind makes shit up, and it's bad. So I'm like, okay, I have nowhere to go. I was like, I have nowhere to park it. He said, well, let's go to my dad's. Told me to park it out there. It seemed weird as hell. I was like, why are you trying to keep me around? Like, on the way down, we got into an argument. He's getting all pissy about where we're going. I'm like, turn here. I had him go to where Connie lives, my oldest kid's mom, right off of Woodman and Black Forest Road. I was going to call them to see if I could talk to my kids. I didn't know. Any time that I come to the city, I don't know if it's the last time that I'm going to talk to them. So,
right.
I decided not to call them because the last time I talked to her, but the only time I talked to her, she told me, turn yourself in. Don't get killed. You know what that would be for the kids, because I don't want to, I didn't plan on. It'd be different if I was on a just a spree or something like that. And it's not that. It's I'm here because things that I've done to try to survive and stay free have snowballed. But originally, the original charges I was in crime stoppers for. It's like kidnapping, strangling. That's life in prison. I know how this works because I've always been honest with the police, even with my last case. Like I fessed up to every fucking thing. Me doing that, they fucking threw the book at me like I'm just monstrous criminal. It's like,
Well, it sounded like you told us you got a deal on that.
I did, but I had to. I knew something about a case and I ended up letting them know, and it helped them, so they got me a deal.
Okay.
Huh?
I said, okay.
Yeah.
I get it.
That was the only way. I mean, they were trying to give me 14 years, and it's like, I robbed my drug dealer. I did. That's bad. It's bad. I didn't hurt her. I didn't fuck her up. She robbed the money from her dope dealer, which was her ex-boyfriend. Whether or not he fucked her up, different story. She wasn't fucked up. Like, she wasn't. And I took the case for everybody involved. And not everybody. I mean, one dude, he didn't even know. My girlfriend at the time didn't want any of this shit, none of this shit to happen. When she got back in the car, I said, I'm going to get the money. It was a lot of fucking money. I needed the money. And so, boom, I went out there and I grabbed for the box. We ended up wrestling. I picked her up and I threw her on the ground. And she's like, Randy, why are you doing this? I thought we were friends and this shit and that shit. And I was like, fuck, I felt like shit. I do have a conscience. I helped her up off the ground. I was like, Tabitha, let's put the money, let's do something. She was trying to return the money. I took her to return the money. That was all the truth. I took her to return it. She got back in the car. I was like, fuck, man, I gotta have this cash. They said I was wanted for homicide at this time. I didn't kill nobody. And I was like, I was scared to fucking death. Like, anyway, we ran for a long time when we got caught. The thing with the homicide, my name had been brought up, so I went to rob her.
When was that?
That was 2014, I'm thinking 2015. I found out she died, and the guy thought it was me. That was, I don't know the other guy. They were the ones that did it. But I had got called the day that she got found. When I was there robbing her, somebody had reported a robbery going to happen. I seen the cops pass me. I seen the cops watching me. So I told the officer, like, yeah, I went to go rob her. I did. But, and this was 4 weeks before she got killed. And then I talked to the cop when she got killed. He called me out of nowhere. And I said, no, I didn't kill her. Like, you guys see me right there. Like, yeah, you guys knew I was going to rob her. They put that and the thing with Tabitha, and I guess they tried to, I seen a homicide warrant. I was like, what the fuck? I was running like crazy. Like, it was, So, either way,
So you were talking about you were at Black Forest and Woodman?
Yep, Black Forest and Woodman County.
And this was last night?
This was last night.
Okay, so what happened from there?
We leave from there, we go to his dad. She says, let's go to my dad's. I said, okay. We go get dope first, right in the area of a house that I know of off of Woodman, or off of Union, that I was hoping that they would help me. And I felt like something was up with Jimmy and his people. Like, it just seemed like they were trying to turn me in. And I was like, and everybody that I've been around, you can ask anybody, I said, even if you tell on me, I ain't gonna do nothing to you. I just want to leave. I would just walk away. Like, so if you're thinking about telling on me, just tell me so I can leave. You know what I'm saying? So I can have some kind of chance. And Jimmy said, man, I ain't gonna tell on you. He's like, just stay with me. He's like, I ain't gonna leave you on the side of the road. I was trying to get out of the apartment. And he's convincing me, like, just stay with me, go and just need money back. And we did plan on doing a lick. I don't want to get anything with people involved. I don't want people involved. I just don't want it to be a crime of violence. I'm honest to God, I try to stay away from that. I do not, and I won't do that no more. Like, so we had things planned, and it was a house that I know that had a bunch of money in it. We just planned on robbing it while they were gone. Never happened. I mean, to the point of, sitting there watching the house. And
Where was that house at?
waiting, it was north. I prefer not to say the address just because they're good people that I don't know them personally, but they have a lot of money there. They're prominent people. I just know that's
Okay, fair enough.
not fair.
Fair enough.
So boom, kind of tell that neither one of us wanted to do that shit. A friend had called, he got a call from a guy. He owns his own business in Denver, and it was last night, as we're sitting in front of Jimmy's dad's house, and Jimmy's sitting out there with me. Did not want me to see his phone. He said, bro, he's like, he's over there, and he's like, he's making I'm like, what, bro? I was like, what's the deal? He said, there's just things on my phone, there's pictures of me and Anna, that's his girlfriend, that I don't want you to see. I said, cool, here you go. He's like, thank you, bro. I was like, I'm tripping, man. I was like, I'm just trying to go to sleep, and you need some sleep, I need some sleep. We'll figure it out. There had been a call from a guy that owned a business, and I was hoping that maybe I could stay with him. He had no idea who or what I was. He didn't talk to me. Nothing was even talked about that. That way I can get a job through him, working legit. I'd rather do that any day. Like, ask anybody that I know through this. I'm not that guy. I'm not trying to rob anybody. I'm not trying to do any of that shit. I've been broke. I'm broke, motherfucker. Like, I'm living off other people. People are giving me food. It's like, I could run out there and start robbing shit. You know, I know how to do that. I don't have that in me anymore. Like, I'm not trying to hurt anybody. I'm not trying to, I won't. And as I don't need more eyes on me than what I already got. Especially with the cars and shit. And it's like a bad fucking dream. And,
So
I was hoping for that. That was going to be in a couple of days. So I'm calling. He said he would be in town to this person, and I was hoping on that. I was like, cool, that'd be a fucking job. I'd be out of town. I'd give me a place. I could buy some land. I've been looking at land for cheap. It'd be good. It'd be better that way. I said, okay, I'm going to stay the night. He was going inside. He was like, you stay the night out here? I was like, yeah. I said, if I leave, I'll go to an apartment complex right down the way. There's one, and there is one on Fountain, by the Safeway that I go to, but I don't go to there because I feel like they was our deal. I did pull into there. It's just a little U-shape around the back, and
where is that?
that's on Fountain and Murray.
Okay,
So it's right before the Safeway if you're headed north on Murray, or south on Murray.
gotcha.
It's on the left-hand side.
Okay, I know what you're talking
The yellow one's right there.
about. Yeah.
Drove through there. I parked for a second. I was like, no, this kind of seems weird. Left there, and I went to Galley and Murray, and I parked at that complex, and I ended up passing out. Woke up this morning.
Which complex was that?
I don't know the name of it.
Okay.
It's on Galley and Murray, right there on the corner.
Which?
First right, headed north on Murray,
Uh-huh,
right past Galley.
uh-huh.
Take a right into that. I want to say Shannon Glen, but I don't think it's a Shannon Glen.
Yeah, Shannon Glen's a little further south, so I
Yeah.
need you.
Yeah, okay, so then it's not that, there's that light right there, Murray, I think it's Galley, but I might be wrong.
Okay.
Might not be Galley, so you got Fountain, you got Airport, then you got some other road,
Fountain, Airport, Pikes Peak.
Pikes Peak. That's it.
Okay, so
It's on the corner right there,
Okay, on the right,
on the right.
just north of.
Yep, just north of Pikes
I
Peak.
know exactly where you're talking. Okay.
I pulled in there, I took not the first right, I pulled back, I backed up, I took the second right, little dark spot right there. I pulled right there. Covered up with a blanket that Jimmy gave me.
What was the design? Was there a design on the blanket or what was
It's
the blanket?
plaid, red, black, orange plaid.
Gotcha.
The plate and the syrup is still in there from the breakfast that I had this morning. That is Jimmy's dad's. So they brought me breakfast out this morning. They brought me a cup of coffee. He said that he'll be right out. He's getting dressed. Took forever. I was just leaving. I was just trying to leave. I mean, I noticed the cop car on the corner. So I was just trying to leave slowly. I wasn't trying to bring no eyes on me. And I seen the cop cars coming down, and I was like, shit. My plan wasn't to do life in prison. My plan is to try to escape by all means. Like, I just wanted to escape.
Right.
Took off, tried to go through the yard, boom, got rammed. I had to debate whether or not, I know I would have never even got a shot off. I put my hands up, I wouldn't, it was just for death purposes, just, I knew that they would have shot me, they would have killed me. I wouldn't have to sit in prison like I don't have a problem doing time. Man, if I was looking at a little bit of time, whatever, but I know I'm looking at with the kind of thing.
So your decision to not shoot this morning was solely based on?
Talking to my kid's mom.
Okay.
I had gotten a message from my brother too that Jackie got locked up for accessory to attempted murder on a police officer. She has nothing to do with that. Shane is locked up for that, I know, and they had nothing to do with that. And
Okay.
I know my brother was upset. They were talking about locking my mom up. My brother got charged with it, and they had nothing to do with it. And I'm sitting there like, fuck, man. I was thinking about this the last couple of days. It's just, that's not the only reason that, I didn't do suicide by cop. And so when I got hit, it was the decision that, fuck, you know what, I can breathe. If they don't shoot me right now, I'll keep my hands up. If they don't shoot me right now, I can breathe right now. I can fucking,
Right.
it's bad. And I was talking to somebody, and one of the cops had asked my mom, have you talked to my mom? Have I? Yeah, no. Okay. One of the officers went to my mom's, and they talked to her, and they asked her why I'm doing this, because it's like, I was doing so damn good. Like, why? And she told him, he found out some shit happened to his kid. He's fucking pissed.
What was it that happened to your son? Or your kid?
I was feeling like he was molested in the shower with Brittany and that other guy that I got on recording.
Okay. Gotcha.
You guys got a bunch of my phones, you can see that. I'm all about my kids.
Okay.
Like I am.
It seems like. So the thing from this morning, last night, they gave you permission to take that vehicle home.
Jimmy did, yeah.
And that's where you were caught? You were caught at that apartment complex right
No, I was caught right in front of his dad's house.
there? Right in front of his house.
Yeah.
Where's that at? I'm not familiar with it. It's like
Airport Murray, but it's on one of those side streets. I don't know the name of it.
Okay. You just know where it is?
I had seen it a couple times, but yeah, I remembered it from last night when I left.
Okay.
That's why I went back.
Gotcha. Okay. So they picked you up right outside that house?
Not outside his house, about 3-4 houses down,
Okay.
north of his house.
So you had the keys?
Had a key, I think there's a plate with syrup, a little thing that I had French toast and a piece of sausage.
So why would they call and report it, your car?
Don't know. I
Did
don't.
you ever have, you had a Glock with you or something this morning, right, or a weapon?
I had a gun, yeah, but
Okay.
I never put it, I was sitting there waiting for them to come outside. I even honked the horn once I was in, I was like, come on.
So you didn't point the gun at them?
No,
Did you?
no.
Did you?
I didn't have to.
Threaten them in any way?
No, I didn't have to. I was sitting in the car by myself. Like, I could have just drove off. Like,
Okay.
he gave me the key. I haven't had the key to that car since last night.
Okay.
I parked at the place by myself, went back. They're just trying to get the money or something. They're trying to turn me into them. For them to say that's fucking crazy. Like,
What, now, did you have the Glock you got from James this morning? Is that the same?
that's not the Glock.
Because you had mentioned even during previous stuff that you had a couple different pistols at that time with the officer shooting, right? I think you said you had a couple pistols and stuff.
Yeah.
So what pistol did you have this morning?
I had a 6-hour 40 cal.
Okay. Where'd you get that from?
I got that from the dude that picked me up. He
Picked you up from?
from the store after the police incident.
Okay. So let's talk about that guy. At any point during your contact when you were working you know, right, obviously, you had just shot the cop, you drove away, you meet up with this guy, he wants to go smoke some dope, right? At any point during that, did you threaten him in any way? Did you point a gun at him in any way? Do anything? Okay.
No, we talked about a lick. We got into it toward the end. We did get into it. I was gonna have him drop me. I was thinking about going to Zach's. That was to take Jackie there. Like, I was hoping that. You know, Jackie couldn't be around me. It was like I had to do something for her. Like I had to take her somewhere. Like I couldn't go to her dad. I was afraid of the cops. I couldn't take her. I didn't want to take her there. I was going to take her. Me and Dubo we were going to go pull the gun. People that know they got all the dope and the guns.
Can you tell me his name?
I don't even remember his name. I met him straight up. I don't even remember his name.
Okay.
Like that's honestly not true. Like,
Okay. All right.
We kind of got into it at the leg, and it was like, all right, bro. I was like, we don't have to do that. He was nervous, and he was telling me about his uncle. His uncle. He worked for his uncle. His uncle had a can with $10,000 underneath it. And this was after we got into it out east. Driving around, trying to get dropped off and shit.
When did you guys get into it?
He said some shit that was, I don't know. I told him where to park, and he's like, I know where the fuck to park, this and that, fucking. And I felt weird about him. It pissed me off a little bit.
Where were you guys at when?
We were at that lake we were like Galley Circle.
Galley Circle. What were you gonna hit?
There's somebody there that has a shitload of guns, and they have a lot of money and fucking pounds of dope.
Do you remember do you know what the address is or about where that?
I know about where it's at, and I don't want to say exactly where, nothing like that. Maybe that could possibly help me.
That's fine. So you and him get into it while you're getting ready to hit this lick, right? So you never threatened him? You never pulled a gun on him?
We got into it, and he.
You want help with that? I'll help you.
Yeah. Oh no, I got it. He held the gun like that, and he was like, fucking. I was pointing the gun at me. I felt like he was trying to smoke me or something. I don't know. They tried to turn me in. Hit him in the mouth. I took his gun from him. Out east. I don't know where. Way off of Garrett Road, I'm guessing. Why we got? Past 24, out Falcon. Caroline, I think. Okay. From there, kind of got into it. So I hit him in the mouth. Got his gun. I said, get out of the car. He's like, don't shoot me. I want to get home to my wife and my kids. And I was like, I ain't gonna shoot you. Well, I was like, I need to get back into town. I was like, let's do the one on your uncle. I was like, why don't you sitting back though? Like, I don't trust you. I have both guns. He sat behind Jackie.
So Jackie's in the car this whole time?
Yeah, she was passed out. She was fucking exhausted. She was like,
okay.
I had him sitting where I could see him. And we drove to his uncle's. He was having a go with me. We talked. I said, I'm sorry about busting your mouth. He's like, again. He's like, I want to help you.
Where's his uncle's at?
On Boulder. He owns a landscape company.
So why'd you guys go out east?
I was going to take Jackie to Zach's.
Oh, okay. And Zach lives out there? Okay, gotcha.
And,
did he offer to drive you out there, or did you tell him to? Did you force
he
him
offered
to
me
in
to
any
drop me
way?
out there.
Okay.
They offered and brought me out there.
Okay.
Took us out there. We drove around for a little bit. I was kind of debating whether to go to Zach's or not. I need to get back into town. I didn't want to get out of the car. I didn't want to take his car and leave him.
Right.
I think it was becoming an option. That's when he kind of looked at me a little funny. And I looked at him like, all right, this is what it's going to be. I'm not going to get stuck way the fuck out east. And he kind of pointed, kind of had the gun there, pointed at me. And he didn't have a chamber. I think once I hit him in the mouth, he would have pulled the trigger. As soon as I got his gun, I got him outside the car, and he's like, just don't shoot me, this and that. I said, I ain't gonna shoot you, man. I need to get some money. He's like, just leave. He's like, you just leave me out here, fucking take the car. I won't report it stolen. I'm like, I don't want to do that either. You know what I'm saying? I can leave you way the fuck out here. I don't want your car. You know, I just want to get some money.
Right.
Straight up. Said, okay, we can get some money from my uncles. I said, all right, let's do that. I said, I'm gonna go up there with you. I told him, don't pull no bullshit. You know, I ain't trying to have to go fucking crazy. I don't want it and shit. Don't do that. He said, I won't. So I promised. He's like, I'm gonna go tell him, let my uncle come out on the porch. I'll tell him what it is. He'll give me the money. We'll split it. Go both separate ways. I'll tell you wherever you want. It's okay. We go, we knock on the door. He calls his uncle. His uncle comes out. His mom, or his aunt, I guess his uncle's wife comes out. She's fucking screaming. He tells him what's up. He's like, we need some money. I'm trying to help him out. Fucking, we need some fucking money. And he's like, I ain't got no fucking money. And I'm looking at him, and he's like, he's looking at his uncle like, he thinks he's gonna be stuck with me for a minute, like if he don't give me the money. I look at the uncle and he's sad. He's like, fuck, man. He's looking at his uncle and he couldn't believe his uncle wouldn't help us out. You know what I'm saying? And so I was like, come on, bro, we'll get some money. And he's sitting there staring, and he decides to walk with me. He jumps in the back. I jump in. We leave. Run out of gas. I was driving at this time.
Okay, but who drove out there?
He did.
He drove out there. You guys get in that tussle. Now you're driving.
Yep.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm back. On the back seat.
Where's Jackie?
Jackie was passed out in the passenger seat.
Front.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, gotcha.
Once we got here, I believe she was in the back. Me and him were in the front. I was driving. He was next to me. He's like, we went, we put a little bit of gas in the car. The rest of the money we had.
Where'd you do that at?
I do not remember.
Okay.
The rest of the gas in the car that we had. From there, we started trying to plan something. We run out of gas still. We're just driving around this neighborhood. And I'm trying to have him drop me off at the place that I was looking for off Union last night. And we're going through the alleys just trying to find this fucking place, and we end up using the rest of our gas. So he's like, I'm like, bro, he's like, I'm gonna go get gas. I'll bring gas can back. I'll get a little bit of money, and we'll continue. We'll keep trying to find this place. And I'm like, all right. He takes off. I'm with Jackie. There's a backpack. I put the pistol in the backpack. I put gloves and shit like that. She didn't know that pistol was in there, I believe. I don't think. I was carrying it first too. And we go to this old folks home, and I'm just trying to have her. You know, she's just like, I just want to go get somewhere, and you know, I'm trying to be done with this. I'm like, I totally get you. I said, we're gonna try to make a call and get you figured out.
Now she's with you voluntarily the whole time, right? Because you had mentioned before that you kind of made her come with you.
She's worried that the cops are coming after her because of what I did. So, somewhat voluntarily, she don't know what the fuck, she don't know what to do. You know, she just doesn't know what to do. I'm making her, like, I'm telling her, you should come with me. I don't know if it's out of fear. I don't know if it's Because she cares, she wants me to turn myself in, she wants this shit, like, but.
But she's not under, like,
What's that?
she's not under duress or anything, all right?
No, no, no.
Pointing guns at her or telling her,
No.
you're gonna fucking leave me, or, are you saying anything like that to her to keep her with you? 'Cause you said you wanted to watch her so she didn't turn or tell on you.
I did, but I knew that she would. I knew she would. She's trying to do this without incident because she cares about me. She don't want me to get killed by cops. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. And I don't want her in trouble. You know, she don't deserve to be in trouble. Like, she ain't helping me. She wasn't helping me. Like, she's fucking straight up. She's there, and that's it.
She just happens to be there.
Yeah, she was there when I was trying to get her that car. I was trying to buy that car. Really, I had no money for a car. We were test driving it for the night. I had no registration, all that shit. I was gonna use that car to the lick. Jackie really didn't know that. The chick in the back she didn't know. Like,
Who was that girl?
that was Vicky.
Vicky.
I have no idea her last name.
Okay. Is she your friend, or is she Jackie's friend?
I do dope with her.
Okay.
We were both doped on heroin.
Okay.
We were trying to come down. Get money, get some more dope, get out, you know. That happened. Jackie's, I mean, she don't know what the fuck to do. She ain't trying to get killed by the cops. She don't know if the cops know that was me, what.
So all three of you were there in the car?
Vicky jumped out.
Okay.
And, I mean, I think Jackie was in shock, like, and she had talked to Abner and shit like that, and once they took her kids, like, she wasn't trying to fuck with me. I mean, she loved me, she wanted to be with me, but, you know, she wanted me to have a plan to figure this shit out.
Right.
And she wouldn't fuck with me, and I told her I'd have a plan, and at the end, I was gonna get her this car. I don't know if, I don't think she was planning on turning me in. I don't know. Didn't seem like it.
So anyway, here's her, so you said you were up at Old Folks Home later on.
Yep.
And
we went out
where's
and got
that
it.
at?
It's on Galley, I believe. It might be Pikes Peak. There's a Domino's right there, so in Union, there's a road that runs parallel to Union on the east side of Union. So it runs with Union.
Bonfoy?
Maybe it's Bonfoy. I don't know the name of the street. I honestly don't know the name of the
I
street.
think it's either Bonfoy or, what's the other one? Starts with an S. Sonata, no, I can't remember.
That might be it.
Okay. So you're on the street to the east of Union?
Yep.
Okay.
Headed north.
Okay. Gotcha.
Been going through alleys, trying to find his place.
You're welcome.
Ended up running out of gas. We talked to homeboy. He was all about, he's like, I gotta get the car back to my mom, because it was mom's car. So, I'm gonna talk to her. I think he texted her, or he called her or something, saying, he was only on Wi-Fi. We had no Wi-Fi. So he walked up there. He was gonna bring us gas back.
Okay.
And I don't know, I don't remember where he lived, but it was right in that area.
Right between Pikes Peak and Galley, Union,
Yeah.
Bonfoy.
Mhm.
Gotcha. You said there's a Domino's there?
What's that?
You said something about Domino's, there's a Domino's there?
There was a Domino's on a circle, I believe.
Okay.
So if you're coming down Pikes Peak, does Pikes Peak turn into Galley?
No, that's Cash and Coudray, and Galley turns into Cash and Coudray. And then you take that down.
It's where Bonfoy ends, headed north, or whatever that road that I was on.
Okay.
Bonfoy, I don't know. But the one east of Union, headed north,
Okay.
and then wherever that road that it ends, headed east and west, that's where the old folks home was, the retired home.
Okay.
And then to the right of that is a apartment complex. That's where I believe Jackie got arrested at.
Okay. And if I gave you a map, would you be able to show me on a map where it was?
Yeah, probably.
We could work.
I mean, does that, I'm kind of curious of the significance of that.
Well, we're just trying to go through step by step, that's
Right. Because I'm admitting to everything I'm doing.
No, I appreciate it,
We get to the edge of the bench. I already told you, I was like, we kind of need to separate here. I was like, I'm gonna go into the apartment complex. I was like, follow me, give me a few feet until if you do. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what you want to do. Boom. She's like, all right. I had forgot that she had a backpack. I forgot that the Glock was in the backpack. And I walk up to the apartment, so I get to where I can't see the road. I see cops going up and down. I'm like, shit. I turn around, I see her leave the bench, and it seemed like so I waited. I sat there waiting. I was like, okay, she ain't following me. I looked down, I heard her kind of talking to somebody. I was like, she must be talking to a cop. The cop must have stopped her. Yes, and that's what happened. I left and I started knocking on people's doors. I knocked on, I think somebody set out the trash. I asked you to use the phone. I said, okay. When I use the phone. So I'm missing my dog. Is he not? It's like, okay. I make a call, I shut the door behind me. I ain't got no pistol, nothing like this. It was kind of time for me to leave, and I was like, look, I gotta be honest with you. I was like, I got a warrant. She's like, okay. I was like, there's cops in the parking lot. I was like, can I just sit here for a second? She said, yeah. She's like, you want me to go check? I was like, if you would, please. She went out to the parking lot. She's like, she came back. She was like, yeah, there's cops in the parking lot. She's like, you're more than welcome to chill here for a second. I'm like, cool. Way there, we ended up talking. They made dinner. We had some beers. We had a kick-ass buck time. Like, they were cool. I don't want to say who they are. I don't want to. They were good to me. Like, hung out with them for a while, a couple days. Decided to leave. We went to go try to make some money. Oh, I meet this dude. I have them take me to the apartment building that I told you about on Fountain and Murray.
Okay.
Run into some old friends of mine. I hadn't seen him in a long time. Boom, they're like, no, he can't be here, he can't be here. I ended up hanging out with one of them. He got an apartment over there, kind of by the mall.
By the mall, like the
Citadel. Yeah. I don't remember exactly where it's at, what the name of the apartment was, what number. I just go there and I hang out. I need some black. I tell him. He's like, oh man, I can get that from you. He calls this dude up. Dude comes up, gives me some black. Hooks up with some black. He sells dope. He's got guns. He's showing me all this shit about his dealer too. Fucking bombs, fucking guns, dope, fucking. And then he tells me the story about I had met this dude back in the day, so I kind of knew who he was. Tells this story about him. He had a runner, and him and some of the Mexicans that he gets his dope from had killed the dude, and he showed up over there, and they were burying him in his backyard until later on when they could take him out of there. And I said, what the fuck? And he's like, yeah. He showed me text messages of these fucking guns, like shit, loads of guns, fully automatics, like. I said he's an old man. He said he's got, I guess I've known about this dude for a long time. Where I knew about him living was way different fucking place. I knew about him living out Constitution and Powers area. So he's talking about robbing him. I'm like,
Where's that place, ballpark?
Union and Constitution.
Okay. Back in the neighborhood, or?
He don't tell me, he don't take me, he doesn't, I just kind of get an idea of where we end up meeting him one time.
Okay.
And he said, I'm going to meet my dealer, fucking I'll meet you guys at this Walmart right here. There's a grocery store Walmart.
Neighborhood market?
Yep.
Yep, got you.
And, he, tells me that shit, fucking, boom, I hang out with that dude for a little bit, and, he's driving a fucking stolen car, and I'm like, oh, I didn't even know it was a stolen car. I go all the way up to Monument, hanging out Monument, and he shows me these other stolen, he's got 2 other stolen cars, in his partner's driving in the parking lot. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, we go to Walmart, take his buddy shopping, and the car we're in is supposed to be his buddy's. We're talking, I'm like, I said something about a stolen car, and he's like, this car's stolen. The other dude never told me that car was stolen. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, you got me driving around in a stolen car, and they're driving like fucking idiots. Kind of trip on him a little bit, like, bro, what the fuck, man? I can't be driving in a stolen car. You can't drive like this. He's like, I totally get it. I understand. I was like, the one's been just being a little fucking asshole. And I'm like, all right, cool. Drop him off. His buddy goes to do grocery shopping. I tell him, man, take me back to the Springs. I was like, I can't be up here doing this shit. He's like, no, man. He's like, I can't leave my partner. I was like, bro, come on, man. He's got pistols. He's got one pistol in the fucking thing, a pistol in the fucking, there's a little box there. He's got a pistol on the side. I was like, what the fuck?
Small arsenal.
You got a little arsenal. And, he has another fucking little connect that, we had talked about getting in Manitou, and, so I tell him, bro, let's go do this. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I can't do this shit without my partner. But he ends up deciding to take me to the Springs, which is cool. I'm like, he's like, where am I taking you? Because his buddy's getting out of Walmart, did a grocery shopping. I'm like, take me past Union I-25. I don't give a shit. Just take me down there, drop me off. I'll figure it out. Because we're way the fuck up north. He's like,
Hey, don't mix those up.
I know.
That'd be a bad fucking day.
Straight up.
Sorry,
yeah, that's
sorry, you
right.
the wrong bottle.
Boom, we get down there and we talk, and Drew's a good kid. Like, he's not a good kid. He's on the wrong path. And the night before, this dude's on parole, and the night before, I go to his house, and he's fighting with this lady, and I'm in there he's getting physical and shit, and so I'm trying to break it up. I'm on the run. It's like, I should not be here. Everybody's heading out the door. He's got his backpack with dough, money, fucking guns. I'm trying to break it up, and without having to, I'm not getting into that shit too much, and not between him two. I'm not trying to interfere. I don't. It's like, this little shit, and I'll pull something, I'm gonna have to fuck him up. I tell him, bro, I said, remember the last time you were in county? It's the shit that I think about. I was like, remember the last time you were in county? I was like, let me tell you, you do not want to be in my shoes. Like, that's what's next for you, bro. Like, you're gonna either be on the run, or you're gonna be facing some fucking time. And he's sitting there fighting with her, and I'm like, remember curling up in your fucking shirt, sitting there just waiting to get to a fucking pod, and then sitting there for months trying to figure out what the fuck's gonna happen. I was like, this was coming for you, bro. And you don't want to listen. His partner's like, we gotta fuck go. I pick up his backpack, I put his gun, I put 2 of his guns, he's got one on him, I put 2 of them in the backpack. He had a bag of dope, I threw that in there, I grabbed it, I told him, meet me at the Waffle House when you're done, if you don't want to end up in jail. Me and his partner go there. Which one was that? Fillmore and Chestnut.
Okay.
We go there. He ends up meeting up with us. He gets out a few minutes later. He shows up. I give him his backpack back, and I tell him. So I'm thinking that he's thinking. People along the way, people started noticing. People that were helping me, they started noticing that They were, at first they were proud to be around me, and then they see that I'm not this badass and shit. It's like I'm doing their dishes. You know, I gave my pistol to a couple of the people to hold on so they felt safe with me being there, like, straight up. I told them, just don't call the cops on me. I said, if you get worried, I just didn't want them scared. I said, I know the one dude was setting me up. He was texting the cops as we were making terms, and I said, brother, I said, let me see your phone. I'll put it on airplane mode. I just need you to drop me off. I seen the cops positioning and shit. We cruised around and put it on airplane mode.
When is this?
This was not too long ago. It started at Buenaventura, and
Buenaventura, is that the road right there by the Brunswick? By Galleon Circle? Is that
no, it's right there. It was actually 2 blocks away from my house on James Lane, my old house, where all of this shit started. And it's a little community right there off of Union, and you went to kind of Union. And I just started to, you know, I started noticing all the LED lights. Like, they were just popping up, and I'm like, and I see him on the phone, and he wanted me to get this gun for him that had a silencer on it, that some dude had. I said, all right. He's kind of a little pussy, the kid. I'm starting to notice all these lights, and I'm like, brother, like, pull up here. I said, let's take a turn. And that's kind of what I do. I just drive and turn, drive and turn, drive and turn. Just if I feel like I'm being tailed or something. I don't know if I've ever been tailed or not. It was all in my head, but that's what I do. We're doing that, and he's getting all fucking sad, but I notice him, he's texting every time that we take a turn. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, all right, bro. We pull into Bombcraft on Templeton Gap. I said, bro, let me use your phone real quick. And I didn't want him to know that I was putting it on airplane mode. But he's like, okay, and he's real sad about me having this phone. And I'm like, you know, this is my life, bro. Like, I'm gonna get killed by it. I need to make a call. I need to do this. I put it on airplane mode. He asked for his phone as soon as he gets back, and he's like real reluctant to put gas in. I don't know if he thinks I'm gonna see a text or something like this. I think you can tell that I'm starting to notice that he's trying to set me up. I said, brother, I know what's going on. I said, I want you to take me to the people that looked out for me the first day. And he's like, okay. I tried calling the dude that picked me up from the gas station. I guess wrong number or something. I didn't write a name down with it. So then I go to these people's house. They let me stay there, and I told you about. They were real cool to me. And I go there, and you know, they're happy to see I'm still alive and shit like that. We just start talking, and I tell them, you know, I'm trying to. And I told him before I left, I said, bro, I said, you know, I know what you did. I know what you're doing. Like, I'm not pissed. I'm not tripping. And that's when you guys blocked off that block where he dropped me off.
Gotcha.
Dead center is where he dropped me off. That's how I know he was telling. Plus, he called somebody, asking them an hour later after he dropped me off, asking if I had talked to them.
That was like you went to the circle, wasn't it?
Yep.
Okay.
And that's where he had dropped me off. So I knew the next morning, I knew that he had been talking to the cops, but I knew he wasn't the night for it.
Sure.
And
I remember them closing the roads. I knew they were trying to find somebody. I didn't know that was you.
right. I mean, they had me on the news. They were giving a description of what I was wearing and all this stuff. I mean, I would imagine you knew who it was, but I get it. That's cool.
I honestly, when I leave here, it was right around the time I was going.
Oh, okay.
I was already in dad mode, right?
Right.
So I was
ready to head it home. Yeah, I get that.
I don't pay attention
Right.
to the news, the newspapers, social media, nothing. I'm gonna go home and be
be with my family.
Yeah.
My lady. I get that, man.
All right.
The next day, I didn't even call. I was kind of surprised that that confirmed my suspicion of him. when I seen that. I hid out for a little bit, ended up leaving. I go to Old Stage Road. That's when the cops were there. And I go up in there for a little bit, just kind of waiting for it to get dark. I don't like to drive around in the daytime. Boom, gets dark, we start heading down. There's 2 cop cars kind of blocking the road with their lights on Old Stage Road. I'm like, what the fuck? I told the person driving, they were kind of tripping too. And I was like, I don't know. I was like, just kind of drive slow through there and see what happens. You know what I'm saying? We did. And nothing happened. I was like, cool. I really feel like they were up there looking for me. Either way, drove around for a little bit. I was looking for that kid. I wanted to get his dope and meet up with him and have him show me where his connect was.
Which kid? This is the kid that turned you in? Merchant
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just make sure I'm tracking.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, we cruise around for a little bit, and I go, let's see, from there I get dropped off in Pueblo. And I didn't want to go to Pueblo because I felt like they were trying to turn me in too, but
Who was driving you around?
just a person, I prefer not to.
Okay, fair enough. I should know better by now, right?
I don't know if you guys are in charge any of these people.
I don't know either. I'm just trying to be thorough and do my job. So.
None of them were helping me, like, you know what I'm saying? I know you guys are after my mom and my brother and saying they were not trying to help me. Like, you know, like Jackie was not trying to fucking help me. Like, straight up, like, I mean, that was my lady, but she was trying to see this end without me dying. Like, that's where I was in my head. Like, you know.
Sure.
I end up at the place in Pueblo, and I'm kind of telling them about the things they go through, and they're like, I know this dude's connect too, and about the dude that got killed, and all this shit. I'm like, what? And they're like kind of confirming what this dude said, and I was like, holy shit, that's crazy. I was like, that's the one I want to kind of get. And they told me who his connect is. That big connect is. And I know the big connect. And I'm like, holy shit, that's wild. She told me where she thought he lived, but not. I'm feeling nervous as fuck. I'm like, alright, I gotta get out of here. I asked for a ride. I make up this story about furniture that's for free. So I would get a ride without her because it's something that she needed. So I can get a ride without her turning me in, because I felt like she was trying to turn me in, but I didn't want to act out or anything like that. So she was like, cool, take him down there. He's going to get this furniture. Bring it back and whatnot. Well, the dude had to bring another dude down to pick up some dope, and so we go by that connect first, and he's paranoid as shit about me being in the car and whatnot, and I end up having, where did I go? I end up with, okay. I end up going to a place on the west side. I just got dropped out there. They're related to these people. I had went there prior and didn't tell them who I was or anything, like about who I was. They were helping a friend helping out for a friend, just for a place to stay. They thought I was just homeless and it was cold out. So they take me there. While I was there, I got into it with this girl's boyfriend because it's like 3 o'clock in the fucking morning and they're fighting like crazy. And I'm like, I knock on the door. I'm like, chill out. Dude tried to set some shit up. It was just fucking weird. He had a camera that did front and back, and it would just switch back and forth. And he left. I'm sitting there alone with his lady. She's in her room. I'm just sitting down. He's real jealous dude. I see on the camera him come back. He goes to the door. From the door, he doesn't even open it. He goes back to his car and he leaves. I'm like, that's fucking weird. I go check the door, thinking that's locked. He unlocked it and opened it a little bit. I'm like, what the fuck? So I shut it, lock it. I go back to the camera. A couple minutes later, don't even see this dude. He's not on camera or nothing. He comes up and he tries to open the door. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, that's fucking weird.
A different guy.
Yeah, different dude.
Huh.
So I go open the door and I let him in. He's like, she knows I'm showing up. He says her name and shit. I was like, okay. I was like, I'll go get her. I go get her. She's like, yeah, and she's being kind of shitty to him and fucking. I'm like, what is this shit? So he leaves. A couple minutes later, dude's car doesn't show up. He comes in and he's not on the camera. And he comes in, he's talking about the door was locked and all that shit. He came and the door was locked, so he left. I was like, no, bro, I seen you on camera. He had sent that guy to see if me and her were fooling around. And of course we weren't. We just weren't. She was in her room. I was chilling in the room that I was in, and that was that. Fucking, I'm coming down a little bit. They start fighting, and they're arguing at the house. I'm like, all right, I try not to get in nobody's domestic shit. I don't really fuck around. So I knock on the door. I'm like, chill out. I see this little boy sleeping on the thing on the bed with the dog. The dog was like scared to death. The dog already attacked me once. I'm like, man, they're fucking going at it. He gets up and he grabs her by the neck and gets her on the bed and starts choking her. I said, get the fuck up. I have my pistol and shit. He's like, no, he's like, all right. He's like, I'll just fucking leave, I'll leave. I'm like, I'll leave. I'm fucking leaving. Like, I just don't put your hands on her. Like, the little boy's woken up and he's like, what the fuck? And it was just that. It's like, I wouldn't try and see that kind of shit. I leave. He leaves. I go to, I end up, this was when I had first met him, so, anyways, I come back. Me and him had problems, but I had to get dropped off because I knew the people of Pueblo where I felt like they were trying to set me up. They're related, they had to stop by there, so I was like, just drop me off here. I walk in, and it's just the dude and me. And so it was kind of awkward. Last time we seen each other, it was like they were fighting, and I told him, get the fuck off over it, and we both just separated. I was like, you guys doing good? He's like, yeah. I was like, cool. He's like, I gotta go to the bank. And I felt like he's trying to leave me there alone. I was like, I'm gonna go with you, bro. Drop me off or something. We go to the bank, we're going to God's. We're coming back down. And I'm trying to think where to go. I don't have anywhere to go. Boom. I see a place to go. And I go in there. I see somebody sitting on the porch that I knew. I said, finally, come in.
Oh, okay. You said what? I'm sorry. You said what?
I said, I need to come in. I need to get off the road.
Gotcha.
Feeling like something's happened. I'm coming down. Give me a little dope. I meet her husband, boyfriend, whatever. Cool ass dude. He's like, he sets this thing up with this dude in Mexico, his connection shit, to get me into Mexico. And I was like, fucking, that's cool. I was like, no, I'm just trying to get the fuck away. Like, that would be great. Dude's kind of getting jealous. They make dinner, we eat dinner outside smoking, and boom, and she's like, look, go over, there's all kinds of fucking cops pulling up. And I'm like, fuck. I run to the back, I was going to jump out the back window, and I was like, no, cops thought the cops were back there. So I leave, I get dropped off, and I am outside. I'm just wandering around outside. I pass out on the ground right there. I'm trying to smoke some shit and stay warm. I end up passing out. Freeze, I wake up and there's somebody parked by the park. I walk up, this older lady, real nice lady.
Which park?
Palmer Park.
Okay.
She's an older lady. She sleeps there. She sleeps in her car. She had no idea who I was. It was cool. She stays there every night.
What part of the park?
Palmer Park. So if you're going down Austin Bluffs, to the left there's a road. Right, it's butted up against the park. You got to kind of flip a bitch, and or you take a left right there. It's the street before Union. So as you're headed west on Austin Bluffs, coming down, you pass the Diamond Shamrock. The left is Palmer Park. You take that left, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. She's there every night. She lives in her car. Older lady, real older, sweetheart. She got cancer. I walk up and ask what time it was. It was like about 4 or 5 in the morning. She tells me, and I was like, "Can I have a cigarette?" She's like, "Yeah." And I was fucking freezing. She let me come inside her car. I sat in there, and I met a dude while I was at the house before, where the cops had come, right, previous before. I asked him if I could stay out at his crib, and he said, yeah, he talked to his mom and whatnot, and I had nowhere else to go, so I called him. He said, yeah, I talked to her. She said, it's cool. I got a camper out here. He comes down here. I said, right the fuck on. Way out east. I don't remember where. But out east Falcon. And I have her drive me to meet him. I meet him on Constitution and Winoka, kind of by that Goodwill right there. Getting with him, we head out east. They got a camper. They got shit set up. I'm trying to get in touch with Jimmy at this point because we're out east. I'm like, I don't know these people at all. I'm like, there she's talking about her friends on Facebook. This girl talked to her. She's with this guy's wrong, which is this dude Jimmy. And I was like, Jimmy who? And she showed me a picture. I was like, I need to talk to him. I was like, I feel like he would help me out. Okay. We go over there, call him. He's freaking out. Who is this? I'm saying my name is Johnny. He's reluctant to help at first. We go back. I call him again. I have nowhere to go. They drop me off. I'm walking off Whitman over there by these houses off of Sagebrush. The only reason I know about them because I plumbed them not too long ago.
Because you what?
I plumbed them. I was working on them houses right there. And I go there, nobody's there. So I'm just walking around. I'm calling them. Nothing. I end up calling the older lady. She comes and picks me up. Hang out with her for a little bit. Next morning I get a text from Jimmy saying, man, I feel horrible, give me a call. So I'll make sure you're all right. I hit him up. He's like, man, come stay with me. I live out here and where I live. And pick me up. Got me better. I've been out there since. That was that until now I'm sitting here. You know.
Okay, sure.
Went to his connect. I stayed at his connect for a little bit. Mm-hmm. 2 nights. He didn't want me with him. His girlfriend did not want to be around me. She wouldn't go out there.
So it seems like almost everybody kind of knows you or knows about you. Or how is that? Is it just street cred for some things, or is it people just talk and they all know what's been going on, or?
Some people knew what was going on. The people that don't know me, it was just people that I just talked to. You know what I'm saying? The old lady, I went up and knocked on her window, asked her what time it was. other people. I told them I had a warrant. You know, I didn't tell them before, nothing like that, and they helped me out. I mean, which was surprising as fuck. Like, blew my fucking mind. The older lady, she was a sweetheart. You know, I was freezing. Both of them were sweethearts. They were just cool. Looked out for me. So, I'm ended up with Jimmy, and I stayed there the one night, and then he's like, well, you can't really stay here. Let's see, let me tell you, we'll go by my connects and see, we gotta get dope anyways. We go over there, get some dope, end up meeting her. She's down, let me stay. Just get high, sit there, get high. Jimmy ends up showing up. I'm trying to get out of town. I didn't. Well, just 2 days later, he shows up to get some dope, and yeah, and I left with him. Ended up going out east, and been out there since.
Can we ask you a couple more questions about the shooting with the officer?
Yes.
There were some things we wanted to clarify with that. Okay.
You said that you had 2 guns at the time. Which one did you use during that traffic stop?
It was the Glock, I believe.
The Glock. And if I remember correctly, you said you put it into a backpack?
I believe so.
Okay.
I might have left it in the car.
Okay. Where'd you drive the car to?
I had no idea. I just started making turns, and then I tried to put it in park, and as I was leaving, I looked back, and it was kind of rolling, and it popped up on the curb, and hit a light bulb. That was it. Okay. I don't remember the exact street.
Okay. When the officer went, you said that you gave him a fake name.
Yeah.
What name did you give him?
Zach Kane.
Zach Kane?
That's
Okay.
Zach.
That's your buddy? Or used to be your buddy?
I still have a lot of love for him, but I'm not mad at him. I know
Seems there's some hardship, though.
Yeah, I mean, Jackie was his girlfriend, and
Okay.
come point, I really feel like he was the one in the recording with Brittany, my girlfriend,
Okay.
or my ex,
Okay.
with my son.
When the officer went back to his car, what were you guys talking about inside the car?
Nothing. There was a female officer on the side talking to them, and he was pretty fast, and he came back. We didn't say nothing to each other. Like,
Okay.
they were talking to her, and that was it. Like, I was paying attention to what this other guy was doing, and when he came up, that was just kind of, I had to get out of there. I didn't know what to. That transpired.
Do you know if you hit him?
I don't. I seen that I hit him.
Okay.
That I seen on the news. All I was doing was I was trying to face forward, and I was trying to open the door, and actually I was trying to lean, act like I was putting it in park, but it was still stuck. There was a bike right there, and it was blocking the thing from going to the park. You know.
Okay.
So then I just kind of turned, and I just shot out the door, and he seemed like he was like right at the bridge of the door. So I was hoping that it was going to scare him enough to back off, and I just hit the gas pedal, and I just went. And that's exactly what it was. I didn't know if I hit him. Once I seen on the news that I hit him, then I knew.
Okay. Do you remember why you got arrested and taken to the hospital the first time with the traffic accident, the car accident and everything? Were those for warrants or?
My guess was it was for the warrants that I had.
What was it for? Do you know?
Well, it was kidnapping, the strangulation, attempted murder, all this crap that they said that I did to Brittany when I had found out that, but I was on Crime Stoppers and all that, so.
Right. Okay.
And then they said they wanted to talk to me, and I asked them about what, and they said, we'll talk to you when we get to the headquarters, and we never met him.
Does I have her and his crew?
I think so, yeah.
So, have you ever been in any other situations prior to, since then, where you've
With the police?
Yeah, well, no, not with police, but with anybody else that, that you pulled a gun on, that you had to protect yourself against?
Nope.
No?
I have one more question, if I may. And it's just related to the shooting of the officer before we start kind of finishing. You said you were injured during that. What happened? How did you end up getting hurt?
I was just ducking down and just kind of driving, and they were just shooting. And
Did you get hit with a bullet?
I don't know. It was something with the bullet. Something ricocheted. It hit the back of my arm. I had a huge bruise on the back of my arm. I know they were going to shoot. It's like I thought. It didn't go through. I don't know if it was just a ricochet, and then the other was I still got a piece of glass or a piece of bullet in my head, and I think it hit the
Pillar?
pillar, yeah.
All right, sorry, I was just curious.
Do you remember how many shots you fired?
I think 3.
3 or 4.
3 or
think.
4?
I don't remember. I wasn't looking. I was just kind of, I hit the gas, and I was just pulling it to the side and just hoping that it made enough to, hoping he was going to back off, and then I'd seen the female officer on the other side, and that was it. And I just kind of ducked my head and just kind of went for it.
And drove?
I hit the gas at the same time I pulled the trigger. So I mean, I wasn't looking, I wasn't nothing like that. I was just going. Like, I just wanted to get away, and I knew that he was too close to, like, he would have shot me if I tried to get out and run, or he would have grabbed me, and then if I floored it, I didn't know where she was. Like, the female officer, I didn't look over. I just kind of went down, and that was it.
Mm-hmm. And you said that, how did this guy that picked you up at the gas station know to come pick you up after the shooting?
He did it. I just met him.
You just met him?
Yep, I was at the gas station. I walked up. I said, "Man, I need a ride."
Which gas station was it?
I'm not sure. I feel it was a Shell or a local jug, maybe. It was. He went up to pay for his gas. I went. There was somebody sitting in the car that went and asked him for a ride, and they were like, "No." She locked her doors, and I was like, "Okay, I totally understand." And then I seen the guy pull in, and he went and paid for his gas, and I was kind of waiting for him. I was like, "Bro, I need a ride." He was like, "All right." He said, he's like, "To where?" I was like, "Anywhere." I was like, anywhere but here. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Jump in." And I jumped in, and we put gas in, left, went to his house, we smoked some dope. I talked about money, making money, and we talked about his uncle and shit like that, and we talked about my link that I had with the dope and the guns, and that's it.
Okay. You said that you have his SIG Sauer?
It was one that he said he took from a pawn shop or something like that.
Okay. But you still have it?
That was one that I had now.
And where's
That's
that
when
at?
they got me today.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is that still in the car, or?
I don't know. They knew I had it when we crashed and everything. I told them I put my hands up, and it was in the car.
Well, where's the gun that you shot the cop with?
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe dude has it. The guy that I got the 40 cal from. I thought I put it in a backpack, or I thought I wrapped it in a shirt or something.
Whose backpack was it?
That was my backpack.
It was your backpack? Okay.
Yeah, and that's. I thought you guys don't have it.
The backpack? So the
No,
backpack?
John.
Oh, I don't know. I'm asking. There's just questions that are
Come on, man. I thought we were on the straight up. Come on.
I did not work that straight. I was not working that day.
You know, it's like, you know.
I don't know.
Y'all know.
We have a gun. I don't know if it's the right one or not.
When did you get the gun? From the shooting or from?
No.
Okay.
We have a gun.
Is it a Glock?
I believe so.
That's okay.
What kind of Glock was it? Do you know?
23 or a 17 it was a 9mm.
It was a 9mm.
I'm not
You're not a gun
good
guy.
on a 9mm guy.
Glock makes so many different calibers. It's not even funny.
I know it was a 9mm.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
Fair
Okay. No other incidents that you've been involved in that,
Not.
okay.
From the time of the shootings to then, that is it. Like, that's it. I haven't robbed anybody, I haven't done anything like that. It was the 2 cop things. The deal with dude, I did bust him in the mouth. But, I mean, I didn't steal his car, I didn't take it, we drove around. He was kicking it with us, like, he was hanging out with me. He's like, man, I'm gonna help you. That's straight up. I got the car, and he took the car. I'm sure he's got it back by now. I mean, I left it right there on the side of the road. We all had to push it. He got out and helped push. Like,
What kind of car was it?
it was an SUV. I think it was an Explorer.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it was an Explorer, like black Explorer or something like that.
Okay.
I can't remember that exactly, but I know it was an SUV. I'm pretty sure Explorer.
So you said you think you got hit on the back of the arm?
Mm-hmm.
You still have a mark from it?
I don't know. Is there a little bruise there?
Can I lift your shirt up a little bit?
Yep.
Is it this right here?
That's probably it, yeah. If that's the only little mark on there. And then in the back of my head, I got a little piece of glass. It's right there. There should be a little red mark. I'm a grungy fucking guy, but I've been on the street for a while.
Yeah, I see that. I see there's a mark there. Yep.
So there's something in there, but
You're not sure if it's a frag or
I'm not sure exactly what it is. But
Were you wearing a hat or anything?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Were you wearing a vest?
Like a bulletproof vest?
Yeah.
No.
No.
I don't have none of that shit. I try to avoid it. Like I'm hiding the freaking bushes. I'm nonstop freaked out. Like I'm trying to avoid any of that shit. And then since I sat on big acres of land for months after this. I mean, it took. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. Not this. Since I've been on Run and Shoot. Everything to me in my mind stems from that. So that is where everything stemmed. That is where everything started for me. Like it was, that was the biggest devastating thing. I had just worked my ass off to get where I was. I was on informal probation. Like I was doing great. Like I was clean. I had a job. I mean, I put my shit together. I had my kids. But that was like, I mean, the weekend before was my daughter's birthday, June 4th, and we had a birthday cake. We did hula hoops. Brittany came by, and she hung out, and we talked to the kids about our split up and whatnot, and they were sad, but she left my youngest son with me, and I had 3 of my kids, just me and them 3 for the weekend, and we hung out, watched movies, we chilled, and since then it's like, this is the second time that I've lost all their things, got lost. I don't know what Brittany did with it.
Did you get any fights with anybody else, or anybody pulling any kinds of weapons on you? I mean, anything else that you can think of that stands out to you?
Even prior to all of this stuff blowing up.
I got into a fight with Zach. I got into a fight with Zach. I punched him in the mouth. He didn't pull nothing on me.
Okay. What about before the incident at Memorial Hospital? Like anything in, like maybe late part of October?
You mentioned a couple times about a couple of these guys killed somebody and wanted to bury them in their backyard. Did you?
No, they did. They
Okay.
killed somebody and buried them in the backyard.
Who was it?
I don't know. I never met them. It was just a connect. Like it was somebody that I know they sell guns. I know they sell dope.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen the pictures. I was trying to trade one of the guns for something else. I was trying to swap it out, or he would trade it for dope.
Mm-hmm.
And he would show me pictures on his phone. And so so I had said something about, what's up with, can we go in there when he's not home and get everything or what? He's like,
So what the guy look
he
like?
killed somebody. Which one?
The pictures.
Oh, I don't show a picture of them, they show pictures of guns.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they just
Okay.
pictures of guns.
So they just told you that they killed someone and buried them, or did you actually see that?
I didn't see it.
Okay.
I did not see it.
Okay.
Yeah, he did tell me, and then somebody else told me that did not know that guy.
Mhm.
And it was, I guess it happened a while back, and it was like a momentary thing for them to be there, and then they moved him or something, I don't know, but that's what I was told. I never
Right.
seen him.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
then,
I wasn't sure if they had showed you pictures of the person, or I didn't catch that.
no pictures of the person. It was said by two different people. That was the only thing.
Right.
And that's why, because I was planning on going in there and taking his dope and his guns and whatnot. But he said, no, dude killed this one guy, and I was like, I don't want to do it when he's home. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that was it with that. But I mean, the other one has bombs, like straight up, like they had hand grenades, and so they said there were some sort of fucking electric you do it from a remote detonation or whatever. They showed a picture. I don't know if it was that or not. That was somebody else. But
Okay. After the Memorial Hospital thing, what'd you plan on doing?
just getting some land. I just wanted to. I looked at land in Pueblo. I looked at land in the mountains. Owner finance land, just a couple acres, and I just wanted to build sheds and sell sheds. That's all I wanted to do, even when I wasn't on the run.
Just gonna get off the grid?
Yeah, straight up. I just not even off the run. Yeah, I definitely off the grid, but
Mhm.
just that's always been my want since I've been clean and been good. I want to get some land. I want to build a house. I want to build sheds and sell sheds. Anybody that knows me knows I talk nonstop about that shit.
Mhm.
I'm very emotional about this shit. Like I don't want no trouble from nobody. Like I said, I've told people that I know that sitting right there telling on me, and it's like just let me have the car, let me go. Like even people I've handed money, you hold my gun if you want. Does that make you feel safer? Hold it. It's like I know you're causing any trouble. I want you to feel safe, and I just want to. I'm trying to figure this out. I don't know. For a while, my plan was to get a lawyer. I wanted Brittany to recant her statement. I tried to talk to her about it. She let me talk to my son on his birthday. Only time I would talk to him. And so I was trying to find a way to get her to recant her statement. Like, if I give her a couple grand, would you fucking tell you fucking truth? You know what I'm saying? It's like, I got this shit recorded. Right after she told me who it was, I called my kids. She told me it was whenever. I called my kids. I told them goodbye. I told them I love you. I'm gone. They cried. We had a big session. I recorded her. On the phone saying, this happened. I did something fucked up with somebody else, and I said, I didn't want everybody to think I'm a piece of shit. So that's what that was for. And then she said it was a neighbor, and so I was going to go over there and fucking get him.
Mhm.
And he wasn't home. Come to find out, it wasn't the neighbor. I looked, and I didn't think it was the neighbor. I was like, dude, I thought the dude seemed gay. Whoever was in recording, it ain't gay.
How you feeling, Randy?
I'm feeling relieved that I'm here. Like that I'm not having to fucking look over. I'm scared to death though. I'm sad. Like I wish I could prove that I'm not a bad dude. I wish I could get people to believe that, you know. I wish I had my life back. I wish all this didn't happen.
Do you have to take a piss or anything?
No.
No, you good?
I'm good right now.
I'm gonna tell you what, we're gonna give you a little break.
Okay.
So I think I need one too. Do you need anything while we're out?
No, I'm good.
Alright, are you good to close the door behind us, or you want it open with the cop there again?
I would like it open. It's just kind of nice to not being closed.
So I obviously have to have a cop.
Yeah, no, I totally
You're
understand.
cool with that? We're gonna
Yeah.
step out, we'll come back here
When
too.
you come back, can we take the handcuffs off? Let's keep the shackles on and take the
We'll
handcuffs off.
discuss,
Okay.
we'll discuss it while we're out.
I'm not trying to.
Yeah, you also understand our concerns, right?
Totally get it. I'm surrounded by.
We're trying to compromise with you. I don't think you're gonna be violent, but I can't make you any promises either. It's just a safety concern.
Or even one to a chair or something. It's like, maybe.
One to a chair might be hard with you having to dip and, you know.
Yeah.
So we'll see, we'll visit it. I'll have an answer for you when we come back.
Can I talk to my kids when you get back, please?
Again, I haven't forgotten about it. We'll discuss it, okay? I'm willing to work with you as much as I can.
Okay. Thank you.
All right? You're welcome. All right, you're welcome. We're gonna just hang out right here. Another Coke? You want a bottle of water this time?
I'm good right now. I think I'm all right. Thank you. Hell yeah, thank you. A Snickers, is that possible?
Hey, Randy, can I trouble you for one more thing? One more sample of DNA.
Phone call? Come on, man.
I can see what I can work out. I can't promise you. I didn't get a chance to ask about
I'm
that.
gonna give a phone call. Work this out. What do you need DNA for?
Because we do, any testing that we do, for, you know, the things that we find at the scene, objects we find, vehicles we find, we generally do swabbing for DNA in case we need to test it later, and that's what it's for. Just to confirm that obviously we know you were there, but it's just some scientific proof.
Promise me a phone call. Hell yeah.
All right, let me go get an answer on that. For you, okay?
All right. I know that ain't that hard. Thank you.
Hey, Randy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so here's what I know about, okay? He had 3 warrants. One was for the domestic that you talked about, okay? Good, bad, or indifferent, that's what the warrant was for. The second warrant was for the incident at Memorial Hospital. And they entitled that one, they entitled it attempted murder based on how the shots were fired and stuff. Now, obviously, things can change, and I don't know the ins and outs of every detail of that case, but that was that one. And then the attempted murder on the officer in the other shooting, okay? That's what I know about. There's only warrant in the system right there. As far as additional charges from anything else, we didn't really do anything with that yet, okay? Doesn't mean they won't, but it'll be up to the DA what to, and we do talk to them about that. So the DA, I did make him aware that we'd be willing to share information, so he is fully aware of that, okay? There was the allegation about what happened after the homicide, or after the shooting with the cop, with you and the dude that went out east in the car, and then you went to his uncle's house. That guy, what was his name? You don't know his name, sorry. He had alleged at some point that you kidnapped him, I think. So there's no charges on that case either at this time. Don't know. I have talked to the lead detectives. We're going to have a meeting and figure everything out later, but for now, it's just those 3 warrants.
Okay.
Right.
Do you think something's coming from all this?
I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs of every case. They're not all mine. Actually, I'm not the lead detective on any of the cases I talked to you about today. Okay? So, I can tell you, dude, you've been extremely cooperative, most cooperative person I've talked to in a long time. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that.
Cool.
And, you know, obviously I respect that you own up to what your mistakes that you make, so I appreciate that as well.
Right on.
Okay?
Thank you.
These officers are going to take you down to the jail on those warrants. Paperwork's all set, so you're going to head down there now. They're going to have to put your hands behind your back, though.
Yeah, I get that. The domestic, they were talking about kidnapping intent, is that all that, or was it just?
I don't know all the charges as far as I know. There's a detective who was assigned to the case in the special victim section. the domestic violence unit and the charge of strangulation is one of the charges, so I kind of knew what you were talking about. But I believe that there's other charges associated with it. I just don't know what they all are.
Okay.
But there was a warrant out for that case.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All right, bud. So, you have to ask the cop what they want you to do with that last packet.
I take that last packet, boss. That was cooperative.
Yeah, I can't take it because there's no place to spit it.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
So
I got you, man.
So if you want, Randy, just toss that last pouch.
Okay.
We'll toss the spit bottle for you.
Thank you.
You gotta load it. You still got a pouch in?
No.
If you want a drink of water, I'll take it now because I can't take that with you either.
Okay. One other question. When's my court date? You know?
You'll probably go to court sometime tomorrow afternoon.
Okay.
All right. Tomorrow or Tuesday. I don't know what all the bonds are, but the domestic violence bond is obviously no bond, at least
Okay.
until you have talked to a judge.
Okay. Do I get? Oh, so I might have a bond?
Hold on. You
Yeah,
have
it's
to
gonna
buy before we
Yeah,
make
it's gonna
it.
be expensive.
You know,
I mean, attempted murder is gonna be steep.
but it may lower.
I don't know, that's something you have to work out with your attorneys.
Randy Bishop was sentenced to life in prison plus 48 years for murder, attempted murder, and multiple assaults.